This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 921 for June 1st, 2026. My name is Zach.
And my name is Ed.
My name is Steve.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the thing. Damn it. I had a whole thing.
Do what
planned.
thing?
I thought you were going to say, my name is Brian McGee, and then I was going to say, and I stayed up all night listening to Queen.
No, I was joking. I'm
Oh.
going to say my name.
What's
or else
your
how is
name?
everyone going to know who I am?
I was mentally prepared. My name's Alex.
We're celebrating our 17th anniversary as of May 31st. We started
It was a very good year.
in 2009. I mean, like, all things considered, not the worst.
Let's go back to 2009 really quick and think
can
about,
we?
like, who was president at the
I
time?
was in high school. Can we not?
Okay, yeah, high
That-
school, you're right. That part, for you, Jill, not for you. For us, maybe. I was unemployed, so that's
I
fun.
think I was,
Unemployed.
too. I was between two jobs. No, I had two jobs in 2009.
You forgot if you were unemployed, between
I think
two
I was-
jobs, or had two jobs.
What about ferns?
I was not Zach Galifianakis in 2009.
Are we sure?
You didn't
Yes.
have the full beard back then.
That's true.
Yeah,
we didn't have the
not
beard.
even close. Not even fucking
What is
close.
Zach Galifianakis doing now? Are we sure you're not Zach Galifianakis?
Trust me, if I was, I would not be on the One Piece podcast right now.
Are you sure
No,
about
I'm just
that?
kidding. I'm just kidding. I would still be here.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
Anyway, what happened on this day in 2009?
Well, we'll talk about that a little more, but I want to introduce our guest, who you've already heard a little bit. First, comedian Abby Denton once again joins us. How's it going, Abby?
It's going wonderful. I'm very grateful to you for putting the little French into comedienne. I'm
I did
very
my
grateful.
best.
It's a word we never get to hear, so I'm very grateful for any opportunity to hear it. It's so nice to be here with my favorite crew. Like pirates. Yeah. Crew.
no,
No, you've never done
Yo-ho.
that before. Yeah. It's this new thing that I'm introducing to the podcast.
I like it. Yeah, we will
Yeah,
do
thank
that
you.
from now on. Note to
You're
self,
welcome.
do not do that from now on. Oh, shit, I forgot to mute. I usually make my self notes while muted. Jill Knight, our contributor.
Jill!
How's it going, Jill?
Hello, sluts and Abby.
I'm working
Excited
hard
to be
every
here.
day, Jill.
17 years. That's crazy, guys. That's wild. That's like half my life.
I think that's like
I
half my
haven't even
life.
been raising my kid for 17 years.
3, 4. It's close. It's not that far from half my life.
It's almost half my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jill, I
It's
don't think we
almost,
met you
yeah.
until
We're
we
getting
came to Anime Expo for the first time.
is that when we first met you, Jill?
Probably. I mean, I was on AP forums before that, but
That's
like
true.
in person, yeah, for sure.
You really
Over
meet someone
AP forums.
different from Reuters for no.
I just remember
Orland
our
Park.
first Anime Expo was the one where Dennis walked in with his Akainu cosplay with a magma Hulk hand and an ace cutout with a hole
That's
in it.
right.
Hey,
I
spoilers.
remember that very well.
Spoilers 14 years later or something.
I think it was a year later, yeah.
How many years ago was that now? That was in 2010. Oh, actually,
That
it
was
like 16.
2010. I wasn't there, but
I think it was 2010. Anyway, I want to do a little tiny something special for our 17th anniversary here today. I usually ask our guests these questions, but someone on our Discord, I think, was pitching something. S&P was pitching something completely different, and I think I completely misunderstood it. So I'm just going to do it now.
and safe for broadcast.
That's SFW.
Is it? What? Standards and practices.
I mean, SNPP is the Simpsons wiki, isn't it? With the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant?
And Sanji's an SIMP.
I'm just letting that simmer. How have we been doing this
here's
long?
one. Here's one, lads.
Yes,
what do you call a
Abby.
podcast that's been running as long as yours has?
Not
a
W.
podcast.
Yes.
Okay, good,
I love it.
good stuff. There it is. So I'll ask, and Abby and Jill also free to answer, but I'm gonna go around the room and ask our 5 usual questions that we ask our guests to us. And I know these answers change like the wind. But I'm gonna go in order of seniority here. So Ed, you're first.
Yes.
Who is your favorite Straw Hat? Has it changed?
No, it's still Zoro, of course.
Okay. See, easy answer. Easy.
Yeah.
Steve, has your favorite Straw Hat changed?
Despite everything, no.
Okay. So, Brooke. Oh, okay. We don't have to do the 17-year version of it. We could just do the. Okay. Alex, your favorite Straw
I
Hat?
was trying to think if there's another character with Sand and
Big shirtless son.
Yeah.
that one.
We made that joke.
Yeah,
Beginning of Wano.
that's right. Zoro, I think, still.
Jill?
I never thought of you as a Zoro guy.
No? Why? Let's unpack this. Why? Why not?
I thought you were an
'Cause he's
Usopp
just-
guy.
Yeah, you do strike me as a Usopp guy.
I love Usopp, but Zoro was the reason I started watching the show.
No, I thought you were just always. I thought you were like a Luffy kind of guy.
I
No,
mean,
that's
I
me.
thought about
That's me.
honestly though, like I thought about it like as just now, like 2 minutes ago. I was like, oh, I guess maybe
Or-
like Luffy's probably the correct answer. Like Luffy's my favorite.
Or-
Straw Hat.
What's his Greek name? Like Gene?
Drake.
No,
something?
Drake.
Drake.
Gene.
That was
Right.
close.
Gene.
Jim Bart.
Gene
The comedian.
Parma.
The comedian. Good for her.
So I don't know. Let's say Zoro, but it's something I haven't thought about in like
I thought it was
20
Usopp
something
or
years.
Frankie would be my other guess for you.
Frankie
Those
is
are good
probably closer to being my favorite Straw Hat than Usopp is.
I think, yeah. I mean, I guess if Yao were still doing it, I feel like Frankie would be like undoubtedly. if he
Yao
were
wouldn't
in
have
good shape,
that
yeah.
much to do with it, I think.
No,
but I think
Django.
well, yeah, we'll get to that. But I think
Yeah,
that
we will.
like, yeah, I think maybe Zoro still. He's just really cool. He's got
J-
3 swords.
Zoro's cool, is what you're saying.
He's like
Or
a
Zoro
samurai.
is cool. He is this, yeah. Jill,
Yeah.
who's your favorite Straw Hat?
Oh, it's gotta be Monkey D. Luffy. I literally had a discussion at work the other day about how the fact that I'm probably aromantic because my heart is so full of love for the captain that, can't have anyone else.
Good for you, Jill. I like how One Piece is like your North Star for aromanticism.
Half my
Uh,
life, man.
Yeah. Abby.
Is it a captain-oriented thing, like Captain Von Trapp? How do you feel about Christopher Plummer?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch. I don't know.
He doesn't sing. Spoiler alert: he does not sing his own songs in the movie.
Oh,
Is he
well.
not?
No,
Heartbreak.
no, it's a
Damn.
fellow named Bill Lee who overdubbed all of his songs.
What about
You say
Captain Kidd?
Billy?
What's that?
I'm just being annoying.
Oh,
Sorry.
Abby, who's your favorite Straw Hat?
Usopp every day of the week. Every day of the week.
Good week. That's a good week.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they never give him good stuff anymore, but they don't have time for anyone to have good bits anymore.
Zach, I know
He's-
you're a Luffy guy, but Usopp shares your birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play favoritism just because of birth dates. No, Usopp's amazing, obviously, but I don't know who my second would be to Luffy. That is like choosing a favorite child, which I would not do. Abby, we'll snake around, I think is what it's called when you go in the opposite order. That's what they call in board games and stuff, right? Who is your favorite antagonist in One Piece?
Arlong. Arlong, baby.
Good answer. Jill.
He gets to the point. He
Ah,
gets to it.
because
arc's
of
over.
sharks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Jill.
Oh, Big Mom. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now. She's
Oh,
just
yeah.
bad
She's
shit.
adorable.
It's great.
Yeah. Alex.
I think Crocodile.
Good answer.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, good answer.
Steve.
I think I'm still gonna say Eneru.
Wow,
a
all
good
these
one.
years later. Yeah, no, it's a good answer.
Yeah, I think it's like not necessarily that I don't think I have the strongest argument for him, but I don't think there's anyone that I would go to bat for. Yeah, I mean, Crocodile's great, but almost doesn't feel like he's not my answer.
I find
Uh,
well,
yeah,
if you
we'll
think
about
about like antagonists, there's so many of them that not only
Yeah.
have come back, but are like kind of on our side now. That like Crocodile
Yeah.
is kind of like, how antagonistic is he? But Eneru, literally, never once in his life has he done a good thing for anyone.
Never came back either. It's a shame.
Well, there's still
You never
time.
know.
Yes.
Ed.
Well, in terms of how exciting it was to see him get his shit wrecked, Spandam. He's the most antagonistic.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm.
This is hard
Never
for
done
me.
a thing for anyone.
I'm looking on Wiki at the list of antagonists, which is funny. Big Mom is like my first. I feel like I'm lifting it, but she is so good at just being this menacing. I think kaiju is how it's been put.
Yeah.
And also
And
she's
she
just
has
like
a musical number.
Yeah, more guys should turn
Musical
things into
number,
musicals.
bunch of kids, like backstory where it's like, oh,
I'd
She
say
collects people.
eats people.
A close second is probably Magellan. I think he's a fun. I think he's my underrated villain choice. Like I feel like I've mentioned this before. He does not get enough love, or hate.
Oh, what's the next
Whichever.
question, Zach? Sorry.
The next
Is there
question.
an Omatsuri an option, actually?
You could
Can I
choose
change?
whatever option. There's
That's
no
pretentious.
rules.
That's the go-to.
No. That's a good answer.
If we were doing antagonists based on English voice, I would go with Gil Tesoro.
Oh, if we're going
Ooh.
based on voice, that's a very different question. Norio Wakamoto hasn't played any not canonical characters, so I have to hold that off.
He was
Ed,
Ganzak, right?
I think he was Ganzan. Ed, who is your
Yes.
favorite character who does not fit in either of those categories?
I mean, he's not a major antagonist, but Hannibal.
Yay!
I got you in an Impel Down mood here. But
Yeah.
Hannibal's great.
When you said Magellan, I was thinking about Hannibal now.
A podcast is a type of prison, isn't that right, Edwin?
Feels like it sometimes.
Jill, I could hear you.
Oh, sorry, I'll mute.
Steve.
This is non-antagonist.
Yeah, anyone else who doesn't fit in those categories.
Kaku.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Kaku, heck yeah.
Steve
And
wears
Kaku's
his
also like an antagonist, but he kind of doesn't feel like one anymore. Even though he was kind of still on opposing sides in Egghead.
Alex.
Django.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not going to change probably.
Ever.
I don't know.
I can't see
think
that happening.
like Buggy is kind of up there. Or like yeah, probably Django. That's same as it ever was.
Jill.
Probably Buggy. Oh my god, that clown grew on me so much over the years. I love him.
Abby.
Bon-chan, all the way. Mr. Two.
There you go. That's a good one.
Who else could it be?
Kuzan, I think, is still there. Like that's
Ooh, yeah.
been. I mean, he's awesome. He's like lazy and tired all the time, which so relate. And he wears his eye mask like that, and that's how I wear my eye mask on a plane. It doesn't do anything.
Over your eyes?
No, over my forehead.
No,
Oh.
over his eyes.
Over my eyes. Exactly. Above my eyes. And
So
over
when
them
people
sometimes.
walk by and see you with that over your, like on your forehead, and they're like, "Damn, that guy got some good sleep."
Yes. Abby. Who is your favorite super obscure character in One Piece that if it has not already been mentioned?
I still believe that the triangle head guy that people kept putting on postcards for the SBS, I still believe he's going to
like
show
the
up.
Hanger, like the guy with the.
It was like a kid wrote in and he was like, "Here's my design for a Shichibukai," and it was like a triangle, and he had like another triangle of
this up.
hair sticking out of his face. I don't remember his name, but he's great.
I'm looking this up. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that was like an early SBS where someone's like, "Can you make
people
this guy
started-
the like one of the warlords?" And Oda gave a really lengthy response by saying no.
I think
Jill.
usually he runs with those things.
He sometimes does.
Negikuma Maria. I love
yes.
her. I was so excited to see her in the live
In the live
action.
action. I know,
Right?
I was too. I like
Oh my god.
of the things I fist pumped in the adaptation, the fact that she was in it, which is like it was funny because she was our trivia question for years.
Yeah.
Like, what is the name of the woman that's mistaken for hiking bear in Drum Island? For those who don't know, that's the answer, Negikuma Maria. And she was in it. I need to ask her to come on the show. I don't know if I did. I have to remember, but I don't know what we would
I
talk
want
about.
to see
But
to be a fly in the room to see Zach sit in his living room, and then Negi Kuma shows up in the live action. Zach just jumps and goes, "Yes!"
I think I yelled, actually.
Yes!
I think I was like, oh my god!
I don't.
Let's go.
You know me.
Let's go.
I don't emote a
Lock
lot.
Lock in. One Piece live action.
Yeah. Alex,
What was the question there?
the obscure character, not Django.
Yeah, I mean, he's too. I mean, he's not like. I
He's not
think.
obscure enough.
Shit. I guess it.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would fit that category better
Yeah.
than? Yeah.
Oh, then who? Who were you gonna say? Sorry, I didn't know there was a.
Well, I mean, I guess. This is a tough one. Like,
why I
even more
asked it.
obscure than Django, because it's like my obscure character. So this is like a Glupshido.
Yeah, it is a Glupshido.
Glupshit beard.
Glupshit beard is that what we call it?
I mean,
Sorry, that's
Sarfunkel
what
won
we're
the tournament of Club
Yes,
Beards.
She
but
did, yeah.
Sarfunkel did.
I really enjoy that we're not going to any lengths to explain the term glupshido to any listener who's not aware of the concept.
We've been talking about it for weeks because we've
Good.
had a Glupshit beard tournament going on. That's the name of our Glupshidos in One Piece. That's what we've been calling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know.
You were thinking, Alex, but I thought you froze, so that's perfect. Okay.
No. Yeah, I was trying to. I'm trying to think. Like, who have I been voting? Like, who have I been voting for on the WT 100? And it has been Django until I got a gold, and I finally got a gold, and I switched to Frankie because I think he needs more love.
He does. I should look at the WT 100. That would actually probably answer that question.
Banana
Do you want me to come
Gator?
back to? Oh, Banana Gator's a good one. That's a good one.
Actually, no. Even more than the Banana Gator, the Banana Gator F1, the one that shows up in only one panel.
Perfect.
The fastest. I think it's the second fastest thing in Alabasta
Oh,
after the
ducks.
Claw Squad. Yeah.
Steve.
Guess it's got to be Fishbone in now.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, like Pearl had like a decent little stint in Baratier. Like Fishbone in has appeared in like 2 scenes, and only one of them was speaking. So
He was in the flashback. That's true.
yeah,
Ed.
Oh wait, can I change my answer to Lasso?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
sorry. Steve is the authority on this, so no.
No.
No. Ed.
Kumadori, as he's a minor villain, but he gets very funny gags, and he gets
He is funny.
one of the most brutal endings of just getting pounded by Monster Chopper.
Deservedly. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I like Kumadori a lot.
But his gag with the getting locked in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Was that canon?
That's very good.
I assume that was canon.
It's
Yeah,
canon.
I think.
It's
Frankie and
longer
Chopper.
and
Yes.
funnier in the anime.
This is around the time when Frankie is powered by like vegetable juice and tea, and he turns into like a farmer, or he throws a vegetable punch.
Oh, yeah. They should do more with that gag.
I'm looking
That
at the
was
last WT 100 at like the bottom to see who here. I mean, King Baum is the first. Like for our Glupshit beer, that is who I was rooting for. King Baum is amazing. His puns are their puns. Wow, there's some real Glupshit beards down here.
Or maybe somebody
Wait,
like Peek of the Crotch.
I was thinking Pez actually because a kid with first of all loving parents.
Pez is great.
Pez is great, and he has a pacifier that looks like a cigar. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm not that I would give that to my kid, but it's fictionally very cool.
Actually, Gotti would be another good one because he married Lola, and she deserved that.
Oh, he's not obscure. Everyone knows Gotti. Ed, your favorite story arc. Let's see if this has changed for anyone.
For who?
For you, Ed.
Oh, it's Stillwater 7.
Steve.
Water 7.
Alex.
Water 7.
Jill,
Skypia.
Abby.
Arlong Park, baby.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm old.
Probably still Water 7. I mean, it's the right answer. That's the problem. Last question, Abby. What's your favorite opening and or ending? If you want to throw that one in too.
Ooh, is it cheating if I say the theme song to Go Kaiger from like 2013? No, that's
One
cheating.
Piece specifically.
Disqualified.
They're pirates. It's the One Piece crew in Power Rangers. I guess We Go. I think that one. I think I've played the most on my phone.
Should I be asking instead, which have you listened to the most? Because that might be a different answer too.
Well, I'm
good
really bad
question,
at deciding my favorite, like I have to conclude what my favorite must be from context clues
yeah.
about my like lizard brains.
Yes. It's a lizard brain answer, I think. Yeah.
I don't think I have like a conscious self like humans are meant to. I think I might be a philosophical zombie, Like you all have souls, I assume. I'm not sure if I do.
I don't know.
And I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't
the
know.
opposite of how solipsism works. So
Oh,
I'm some
well.
new problem.
Wow, this got very deep very quick. Jill, what's your favorite One Piece anime opening or ending?
I think it's cheating to say We Are, even though that is the truth. So I will go with Bon Voyage.
Good one too.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Alex.
We Are. Duh.
Yeah. Steve.
I'm not even gonna. Yeah.
No, don't.
We are.
Ed.
We Are. I can do endings too, and because Memories is probably my favorite
can.
One Piece song.
Us is still really good. I
Asu.
haven't done the Asu, right? That's what we're calling it. I have to do like
Dropping
a
Asu.
full. I have.
And what's the actual name of the song that's running, screaming
Us.
forever?
Oh, that's
Wake Up?
Wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah. Wake up. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the worst.
It's
I
not.
still think that. No, it's
not the
bad.
worst.
Yeah. Oh, superpowers.
Superpowers sucks.
Superpowers is pretty
might
awful.
be the worst song.
It is. At least in
Superpowers is so
isolation,
lame.
it is catchy in that just those words are catchy hearing it one time, not 8,000. The screaming running forever, everything about it is obscene.
I was doing anime recaps at the time, and it's not having fun.
No, it's not fun. And the part where Usopp Blackbeard talks doesn't help. Favorite ending, I could think about that later. But Shining Ray song-wise is such a fucking good song. Not available anywhere. Legally at least. Like I cannot find that. That's our questionnaire.
There's another ending. I forget which. I think it's one that Taki and Tsubasa did, which I always enjoyed because I thought it had like horns, like from a Burt Bacharach song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
more
the one with the
Burt
birds.
Well, that one's been scrubbed from
Yes, that one has been
everything.
scrubbed.
It's
yeah.
on. Like the only official releases it might be on are Japanese ones, and I
Yeah.
don't even know if that's true.
No, I think that's true. And it sucks because it's a really great song. It's a fun ending too.
Mirai Kokai is the name of it.
Mirai Kokai, yeah.
Mirai
It's a
Kokai.
good one.
That's Robin's Got the Bats, right? That's what we named that after.
That's
Is
right.
that
That
the
was an
one with
episode
Robin?
early
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Since we're celebrating our anniversary. Thank you, first of all, to all of our listeners, our patrons. If you don't support us on Patreon and you would like to, you could do that. Patreon.com/.
Go to hell. No, I'm kidding.
Steve.
Yes,
Or, I
buy us
forget-
Bone Stormer, go to hell.
Well, that's only that we're in fictional. Where is it? Steve.
Bone Storm, yo.
Where's our sticker of the month club sitting at? I guess we're almost in June, or we're in June as we sit here today.
Because the sticker
Guess
is
you'll-
the next sticker has already been decided because it was part of that tie, right?
Well, was it that the previous
Correct.
one, or is that this one?
That's
what I was
for the
asking.
month of May, which by the time this comes out will be
Over.
So, yeah, you'll find out.
Wait, so we're voting
I don't
though for June,
Yes,
right? There's a vote.
There
for
will be a
this.
poll.
Yeah.
Once again.
Voting
That's
for
I
what
the
like that for some reason
June
Alex's
sticker to be
webcam
released in
zoomed
July,
in
right?
after Steve said that.
Oh, it
It
happens
was
a lot.
strangely dramatic.
Oh yeah.
I leave
Steve
it on
is
because
dramatic,
it's funny.
Oh, Alex, you meant yeah.
I just
Well, they
have
were
to
working in
like,
tandem.
get closer. Yeah.
Okay. The few little pieces of news. One specifically for Steve Yurko. Steve, Did you know, Straw Hats, that it's time for One Piece Night to return to the ballpark on July 2nd? Dodgers. Are you ready this time, Steve? Are you ready? Are you going to get that card? I don't know if there's going to be a card. Is there going to be a card?
They haven't announced a card yet, but they probably will.
I've got my tickets. They are obscenely priced. It's like double the price of last year.
Do I want to spend like a couple $100?
It's an investment.
Just
to not get the card again.
It's an investment to get pissed off. Yeah.
Oh, but that's such a good show. That's worth it
One
for
Piece
the
night
bit.
at the Red Sox game like a year and a half ago. There was like One Piece Red Sox jerseys you could get.
Yeah, but that's not a card.
They did that again recently. No, that's not a card. You can't flip that.
Nice.
You know, Steve, I'm doing stand-up in Spanish at a club in K-Town tomorrow night, and I can give you a Digimon card if you show up.
You should take that deal.
What is PSA rating those out of 10?
I penny sleeved them a couple of years ago. Hey, they're fine.
Fine.
Fine's good.
Fine.
Fine's good.
Fine's good.
Oh, is that a
Fine's good.
rating?
Depends
Oh,
on the
no.
Digimon, I guess.
Look forward to that meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, they're doing that again. Maybe I'll go and I'll make sure. I'll be very observant on what line I'm going through and making sure they are handing those cards out.
And go back to the entrance if they tell you, if they say they don't have
Zach, fly your ass out here and see how it's done. Because it's amazing how no one wants to believe me. No one wants to believe me.
God, every
I
fiber
believe
of my
Steve.
being,
I was there. I believe totally they didn't give him something.
Thank you, Jill. Yeah, Jill
No, I
wasn't.
believe they didn't
Jill
give
was
him
on that
something.
episode.
But what you should have done is you should just ask random people who looked like they didn't know what One Piece was to have their card.
Random people?
Yes, because the people sitting in front of me
so Zach
gave them
wanted
to
me
random
to lie.
people.
Zach wanted me to do the thing where it's like, oh, my brother wanted to come, but he couldn't make it, and he
I
really
didn't say
wanted
that.
a card.
I said just go back to the entrance where they are giving out the cards and say, I didn't get a card at the entrance. Can I please have one here?
Yeah.
What's the big fucking
You were
deal
not
about
there,
that?
Zach. You forget about the detail when I said they just had security just like telling you got to keep moving.
You're
gotta
6'4".
moving.
You just push security out of the way like
Okay,
some-
yeah. I want to get arrested for pushing
Fight
security
the
around at a
security at
Dodgers
Dodgers
game.
Stadium.
Yeah, I'm
for-
gonna
for the
pie face the
Dodgers
security.
for the
yeah.
Dodgers. See Steve
And
on
then
the
everyone's gonna be
Jumbotron.
like, look at Steve, the dumbass, got arrested at a baseball game
Everybody.
over a card. That's all
Everybody.
point and laugh.
Please think of the lady.
I'm actually specifically thinking of Delaney
Well,
as
as
I have
long as
this
we all
discussion.
export our separate tracks, you can mute everyone else and just listen to me because I'm and Jill.
He is the most wrong. Anyway,
Zach, you go. I want you to go, and I want you to see what it's like.
damn it, that bit would be very funny.
Yeah. That is
Don't
that
make
That'd be
me
makes
really
me
friend-
funny
like,
if like
a
Zach
trans-
goes. Zach goes and like the guy.
transatlantic.
No, the ticket person's like,
Transcontinental?
oh hey, I know you.
Transcontinental.
Here's Zach Logan from the One Piece podcast. Here you go. Here's 5 cards. Just for you.
And then Steve goes by.
And you know what?
I
And
ran
here's a
out of my
private
cards.
box.
I ran out of all my cards. I'm sorry, Steve Yurko. I can't give you any.
No. The Steve walks by and then the guy just goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
And Steve's like, "I'm also on the One Piece podcast." He goes, "Yeah, right. Prove it."
Say my name is Steve.
Saying, my name is Steve.
Say
and
it.
you do, and the guy goes, Psh, "You know nothing of Steve Yurko. You sound nothing like him." I follow him on Instagram. I know exactly what he looks like and what he sounds like. You look nothing like Steve Yurko.
You're not even squinting properly. Okay. Other news. I'm never gonna. That was
There's
okay.
like some sort of. I do think there is some sort of mass conspiracy against Steve trying to get these freaking cards, though.
I agree.
Uh,
well, no,
I did get a card.
He did end up getting it.
I-
yeah.
Oh no,
If
I saw
people weren't
that.
aware, I got
saw
my
the
card.
I saw the PO box video.
Uh-huh.
I know that you got the card. I'm just saying that like in a way that's easy and convenient.
This is probably a bad time to mention that the only times I've seen Steve in person, I believe Steve was fully clean shaven. So I have spent this entire recording thinking, Steve looks totally different. Is this really Steve? Where's Steve? Who's this guy?
Do you work for the Dodgers?
Okay, next piece of news.
How does that
actually,
line
Zach?
up?
I want to mention this because this was in the author comment last week that we didn't see because it wasn't published yet. But there you got the picture of it. But Oda said he went to Cape Town. Looks like season 3 of the live action show is going to be amazing. Can't wait. And we got a picture of him with his fish head.
Yeah, video. There was a video that came out with him drawing Luffy in the sand. Thank you. Good intro there.
And I thought the Mandalorian and Grogu was Grogu-gorific.
I think it'd be really funny if if he just goes to Cape Town, he draws the thing in the sand, and then he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. It's gonna show up in the show. It's gonna be the tits," and then he just leaves. He just didn't see anything else. He just draws like his name in the sand. They're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, that'll be a little Easter egg in the background."
I think someone pointed out that Iñaki
cuts a ribbon.
Iñaki and him do embrace in the video, and he's wearing the armband thing that they wear throughout Alabasta. So,
oh wow, shocker! What a shocker!
Wow. Not shocker.
They're gonna adapt the thing from Alabasta.
Zach, can you get that graphic ready? We need that post on Facebook like yesterday.
Dude,
this will change the way
it hits
think about
completely
Alabasta.
different knowing that.
It's gonna hit so different. It's gonna hit so different knowing that they're adapting. They're adapting Alabasta.
Guys, don't go on Facebook ever. Just don't.
Yeah. Next time we see video of Oda, I hope he's wearing his Suzuki-gun jacket. Like he would wear it in just out casually in real life instead of just in a wrestling context, Steve.
With Suzuki.
Yeah.
I thought Zach before he said wearing patented. I thought he was still talking about Oda, so I thought I was like, what, his patented t-shirt and sweatpants?
They're great. Yeah, so you could check that out. It's on our Blue Sky as well. The last bit of news is we have voices for the Knights of God, who we love and are great. Shamrock is Kenjiro Suda. Gunko, I'll go through them, and then if you know them from such films as you could go through. Gunko is Sumire Uesaka. Why am I pronouncing these? Summers is Hiroki Yasumoto, and Killingham is Shinosuke Tachibana.
I think Shamrock's voice is also Yonji, right?
Yes.
The asshole voice.
Yonji is the asshole.
Brother
so.
voice.
Yeah.
Who else does he play that's interesting that I know? I don't know any of these things.
He's in a lot of shows.
He is in a lot, yeah.
He's
in, I mean, I've seen him in some of these. These characters. Oh, he's Kylo Ren in Star Wars.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
the Kylo Ren.
Yeah, the
Put him
one.
on board.
That was him.
More like Adam Sailor now, because they're pirate on the ocean.
Yeah.
He drive boat. Ocean boat.
The last bit of news.
I know where you come from before you played Kylo Ren.
You were the horniest of all the Vinsmoke brothers.
We'll probably talk about those voices more when, in the anime recaps, hopefully. The last and perhaps biggest piece of news will change your life forever. It's the McCormick One Piece live action collaboration with a 4-pack spice kit, including wait, you have to let me read the different flavors.
How have we not covered this already?
We have, but I don't think we knew the details, and now we do. First, the one spice with just the Mary on it, including an all-purpose seasoning. That could be anything in there, who knows? King of the Meats with Iñaki Luffy, but also drawn. Seasoning, in parentheses. That could also mean anything. Chopper's Cotton Candy, finishing sugar. And
Cool.
Sanji's Baradier seasoning. Tastes like wood. That one has no details whatsoever. So I don't know.
I'm purchasing this right now. I had
See,
no
this
idea
is
this
why-
was a thing.
This is why I mentioned it. McCormick, give me money. It is limited time available, $25.99. I think it's only available. Oh no, they begin shipping this week.
I feel like we need to
McCormick.
do a One Piece podcast mukbang video now. Sorry, Zach.
For Christmas, my brother got me Sanji seasoning. It was literally just a can of seasoning. He's like, "But it's Sanji. Here you go."
Have you had
Did it
it?
taste like Sanji?
Yeah, it's like spicy ramen seasoning. It's fine. It's got Sanji on it. It's nice. There he is. I'm like, he would be proud of me for using this. Maybe.
Okay, that'll do it for the intro/news. This long segment we've just recorded that was over a half hour. Let's talk about the manga. This is the manga recap for chapter 1184. We're all bones when we die. I hate to tell you that's actually true. shonenjump.viz.com, mangaplus.shueisha.co.jp. They'll never become bones because they're websites, and that's not how they decompose. There's archive.org. So that was bad. Yeah, you can read the chapters legally free worldwide as soon as they come out on those two websites. Ed, what's going on the cover?
Yes, we have a reader request for Brooke getting electrocuted by electric jellyfish while swimming the sea by Primo di Takashi. And I wouldn't say Brooke looks like he's swimming here. It looks like he's floating on like a metal raft of some kind. And
I guess that's why I conducted the electric.
His hair is all fucked up. And he's like sipping on tea. And he's got a teacup.
Oh, is that what that? Oh, he's giving a thumbs up, I think.
Yeah,
oh, no,
it's fine.
I don't know.
It's shockingly good.
It's very good tea.
The logo for the Hollywood Fringe last year was a skeletal hand, but the bones spelled out L-A. And if I ever got a tattoo, like, it's so good.
It actually kind of reminds me of like when you remember when Marv got electrocuted in Home Alone 2? And he briefly turns into a skull.
Thoughts on the cover page?
Yeah. Emu jellyfish.
I was going to mention that.
Why are they after him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Foreshadowing, perhaps?
This might be foreshadowing for the chapter. I would not be surprised.
I feel like if Brooke gets electrocuted, he should get his skin back. Right? Ooh. You should see his skin for a second.
I like that. That would have been funny.
When you think about it, Brooke can't get electrocuted because there's no water in his body.
No, but the hair would definitely have static electricity, right? So like, I mean, the hair has water in it.
Well, he's drinking tea. The tea is what allows it to happen.
The tea. And also he is sticking his leg in the ocean. So yeah, that'll do that.
And the metal raft.
Yeah, it does seem to be metal for some reason. Not really sure the thought process there.
No, I think rivets.
They look like rivets.
Kind of looks like a sausage.
Yeah, riding on a big metal sausage.
It does now that I'm looking at it like that.
Story of Robin's sex tape.
I think maybe that's what a doofus. What's he doing?
There's a chance that the emu jellyfish have color of armament hockey, which I think would place their power level approximately comparable to Trafalgar D. Law.
It hits completely different knowing that.
Ooh,
it does hit completely different knowing that. That's true, Steve. That's the chapter, right? We're all done.
All right.
Abby, what happens in the chapter?
Oh, we get to meet some cool people. I love when One Piece does a flashback that then flashes back inside of the flashback. If the series ends with it all being
this actually flashes forward from where we were last chapter,
and then it flashes back again. It makes sense.
Yeah. It's Proustian in its allegorical intent. Something. That's what Brooke wants people to do. I don't know. By the time the Princess of Asperia was 14 years of age, tales of her beauty had spread until 5 princes of nearby kingdoms had asked for her hand in marriage. And everyone's really impressed with someone throwing a sword out a window, or it's getting knocked out of a window or something.
I think it's getting knocked out. Sorry, I'm assuming it's getting knocked out of someone's hand and thrown up in the air, like, you know.
Oh yeah, it is going straight up.
We're disarming princes here. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Look, it's Utena.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that is what that, yeah. I wonder what they were, I guess it's French military
garb, yeah.
I had to do a lot of research into that for Gamer Mom, so I'm embarrassed I can't just rattle off exactly what war that uniform was from. But, you know, we get a cool shot of Princess of Asperia Kingdom, Shuri, at age 14, holding out her sword. She's just won this fight. She's got kind of a heterochromia thing going on.
Always has.
which may link her to Gunko in the future. In a black and white comic, I'm realizing there are details that I may have missed with Gunko that have only become clear with the anime previews in the last week.
To be fair, I didn't think it was just heterochromia because she also like has a completely different like pupil. Like I guess that's just how he draws the two different. I thought it was also her eye just is shaped differently.
Yeah, I guess you have to draw it differently. Yeah, with the black and white. Although I assumed it was she was a weird Frankenstein person.
Yeah, kind of.
And so now in this flashback
with the eyes.
I mean, I guess she still might have already been a Frankenstein person.
Look, we could all be Frankenstein people for all we know. Or I should say Frankenstein's monsters people.
Zach friend. Zach good.
Exactly.
We like Zach. But the person that Princess Shuri's been beaten up yells, like, yield! His sword swangs into it gwangs into the ground next to him. And all these princes apologize to her. She yells, you're so weak. And she says, we're sorry. And she says, I don't like weak men or men who can't play music. And everyone's shocked by her doctrine. And they say, music. We get to see nice young Brooke walking with Shuri. And he says he's 27 at this point. So still almost twice the age.
This is 7 years after the events of the flashback in last week's chapter.
I feel like we need a cork board. Just to understand the
we
sequence
have a
of
cork
events.
Board.
But he's got good mentor vibes. He says, I hear you defeated all the princes in combat, Princess Shuri. And she says, I sure did. You like strong women, don't you, Brooke? And there's even a little heart in her speech bubble, just so that we understand that she thinks he's just the coolest. And then she does an imitation of, what is it, Pico-chan, that candy mascot, and puts up her tongue on her lip. And
Holy
goes,
crap,
I'm a lot stronger now.
That really looks exactly like that.
Huh.
I'm just happy to see Pico-chan anywhere, because I'm a hungry woman, Zach. I am a hungry American. And she declares that she's a lot cuter as she was stronger. And Brooke politely says, I suppose you are. And she presses it because she's... I'll tell you what. I have complicated opinions about this page.
She twinkles at him and like makes a heart with her hands.
Yeah, and she declares that her chest will fill out in the future too, and Brooke says, stop that. It's undignified. And it's the first time that I haven't been disappointed in Brooke in a very long time.
Yes.
I'm like, that's, this character being written by a middle-aged man, thank you. Thank you for chastening
Luckily,
this young
we don't
girl
have to
written
read
by a middle-aged man.
anything else on this page, if that's where you're going with it.
These pages were assigned to us, dear listener. And I was having a delightful time just turning over in my head the fact that on the one hand, the ensuing line where Brooke runs across a field and demands a bunch of people show them his underwear. I could understand being like, oh, this would be less uncomfortable if a woman read this line. But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh, maybe it's much more uncomfortable if a woman reads this line. And I enjoy
it's uncomfortable no matter who reads this line.
Maybe that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma. I enjoy that our culture has collapsed. And we sit among the ashes doing our little shows.
2009.
It does bother me in particular because it's like she's talking like a girl in like the modern, non One Piece world, and like in a modern culture of like talking about her body like that.
It's gross, but at least Brooke does have the right reaction, which
and she's like, "Stop talking like my dad."
I think it's interesting that because One Piece has sort of gone through like 30 years of like what are the acceptable jokes in this kind of comic, that like we're like, oh, good for him. He's explicitly only interested in adult women, and just to live in that that specific point of being like, I'm really glad they clarified that.
Yeah, I hated even being in that space. Absolutely. I will say I do want to give Steven some props. At least these are alliterative, the sexual harassment. Like, they're alliterative.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Stephen Paul has been avoiding me. He's never on episodes of this podcast that I'm on anymore.
Yeah.
But there's no one I'd rather catcall me than Stephen, right? He's the
Steven,
greatest.
you hear that?
Greatest to ever do it. Stephen Paul.
Yeah, Steven. Yeah, what a feather in his cap. What a
A gander at the garters or a
He's the
peek at the
best.
panties.
Well done.
He said it.
Oh, and I like how she scolds him for doing that, and like now who's undignified and hurls a sword at his head, like hits him with the broadside of the sword.
To be fair, Brooke is a scumbag and treated as such here. Like that part helps, I think. in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they're like, he is still like a figure of ridicule, but a very specific one that's still funny.
However, I still am not a fan of it existing. But
I kind of wish that the sword got stuck in his afro.
that would have been
Right.
very funny.
And he doesn't notice for a page.
Yeah, it just continued. Yeah.
Yeah, on the next
I
page, he
like
still
how,
has a sword.
It's translated
in
as
his-
gonk. He gets gonked over the head with a sword.
Oh, you mean like a
Yeah.
power droid?
Can I just say before we leave this page entirely, young Brooks kind of hot. He's got it. Like it's a cool outfit. He's the heavy lids on his
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
You know,
Muppet eyes.
Bedroom eyes.
Bedroom
Yeah.
Muppet eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, a handsome Muppet.
He's a
A
handsome
Muppet you
Muppet.
could take home to your mom and dad.
Got a long neck. He kind of looks like a Pez dispenser. I think his head's gonna open up and like can get a big cylindrical Pez or a brick, like a Pez brick, just come right out of his neck there.
Looks like he's doing that in the next page.
Anyway,
Alex.
yes, that's me. So the two of them are taking a little break. He busts out an acoustic guitar and he's singing. He sings, "Oh, cows and frogs and slaves and kings, we're all bones when we die. Cows and frogs and slaves and kings, we're all bones in the end. That's all there is to say." And
Yeah.
yeah,
I sing that to my son every night, and sometimes my daughter.
So, he's still strumming and he's going, yo ho ho, and she's laughing and she's saying, "Oh, I love all your songs, Brooke." And Brooke says, "Ah, yes, His Majesty said the same thing." Sure, he says, "You really love Papa, don't you, Brooke? And Mama too, of course." And Brooke said, "Ah, yes, I owe him everything. If I hadn't met your father, I'd be nothing but bones by now." Jacka-jang.
Perfect.
Whackity
That's
schmackity-doo.
exactly.
Yeah, he does a little
Or the
strum
was
on the
it
guitar.
The frog from WB.
Michigan J Frog.
Michigan J.
Yeah. So with that Jackie Chang, we delve even further into the flashback. And we have here a little Oda
No,
box.
we're falling deeper into the flashback.
But it's okay. I
Sorry.
like where we're at. It's Brooke,
Yeah, me
age
too.
11. And the only other time we've ever seen Brooke this age is in the Film Z.
SBS.
Oh yeah, that's yes,
That
in the
too. That's
SBS
true.
and the Film Z credit
Credits.
sequence.
With Avril
Oh,
Lavigne
and-
playing in the background.
True.
Thank you,
And a
Joe.
color spread. There was one color spread also.
It was a color. I think
It wasn't
there
actually.
wasn't an SBS.
it wasn't
was
an
just
SBS.
Film Z.
No, and it was also the color spread
Hey, look at little
It's
ragamuffin
both.
Brooke. His face is all
Yeah.
dirty, like he's Pigpen or something.
because he is Big Ben.
Aw.
He's poor as hell and dirty as hell. So he's
Big Ben
basically
poor?
so he's
So you
peering
just have
through.
poor hygiene.
May I continue? He's peering through some bars, which we come to find is a gate, and he's looking over and seeing kids practicing their violin and their piano, and he's saying, they're so lucky. School, real instruments, they sound so pretty. And his concentration is broken by a hey. And he goes, oh, and he's
Hey, they're trying to learn for free. Get them. Use your wind instruments as clubs.
the spit valve, release the spit valve.
Oh my god.
So Brooke is now being chased away from the school by a man with a club. They really
Oh my gosh.
yeah, this is where this is the school where they teach them how to make club music, you see. And
Hey.
What is happening to us this week? This is just
it's this happens when you become 17.
I know your jokes get banned.
Yeah, all of our jokes are terrible this week. They're saying, that nasty little boy is peering through the bars again. Shoo, you're scaring all the students. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. And as he's running past, we hear these ladies say, ew, what a stench. The shame of the country. Jeez, come on, that's a kid. Fuck you.
Even 70 years later, Brooke is still a stinky boy.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that, you see, because we smash cut to the trash dump where Brooke lives. And he's making all sorts of cacophonous sounds on his makeshift instrument and singing this song. Let's blame the king. We need a new king. One day we'll get to play real music. Dad and mom and little bro, we're all starving skin and bones. How am I even alive? Eating toads so I can thrive. Let's blame the king. We need a new king.
Can I pitch an Avril Lavigne lyric for this
Oh my
this
God.
panel of him living in a dump?
I wish you would.
From film Z, she sings, I don't really care about my trash habitation.
That's true.
Wow.
It's funny when you look at this. So if you look at this panel, so this is the dump. Not as quite as big as the one in Goa, but he's basically living with some junkyard dogs. No, not the WWF wrestlers. Yeah, I was waiting. Steve just looked at me.
Whoa, he looked at you?
He looked at me, senpai noticed. So you can see that the dump is basically just looks like wagon wheels and barrels and whatnot, and it looks like the sewage. If you look in the background, looks like the pipes also end up here too. So he probably smells like literal shit.
Yeah.
I want to add.
Yeah,
So
looks
how
like
many? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, it looks like they liquidated a Cracker Barrel.
Oh my god! And you see the old logo, and then the old new logo.
Oh god.
Just hanging out in the trash.
So how many of the Straw Hats have like lived or habitated some sort of trash?
Oh, garbage dump.
Luffy,
right?
Frankie was in the shipwreck.
I count Frankie. I definitely
would
count Frankie.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, didn't Sanji end up in the trash at one point?
Sanji, to this day. His
Sanji
mind,
and
his
Brooke
mind
are
is
where
in
they
the
belong.
trash.
Due to his own behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, deservedly.
Already in there.
A real
still
trash
remaining.
dump of the mind.
I
I think it's just the three of them, right?
That's a lot, though. I mean, it
Four if
happened.
you
What
do
is it?
count Sanji.
If I had a nickel for every time, it's still a lot. More
I
than
mean,
you'd
Nami was
expect.
found on a battlefield. It's not a trash dump.
The
Yeah.
Great Pacific Garbage Island, assuming that One Piece has a similar level of waste, Jinbei, the whole ocean is a kind of a dump.
The microplastics in Jinbei alone.
He needs a move that somehow
Yeah.
Oh my
shapes
God.
them into something. And
What were we
Well.
talking about?
Okay.
Jill?
Next page.
Okay. And then we see a new face that we saw last chapter, Reuven, who's just been lured, I guess, by the fiddler here. These are terrible lyrics. Did
The
you make
fiddler
them up?
on the trash?
Trash dump. And then he just continues to look confused. And it's my violin. That's a violin. I made it out of a glass bottle and some wire. Doesn't it sound nice? I'm very impressed that he gets gurgles out of a glass bottle and some wires. That's pretty actually impressive. Modern music. And Reuven's like, sure, way to be creative. And by the way,
bless your heart.
Brooke's shirt here that just says die. Incredible.
What a
I
shirt.
I mean, eventually.
Jill, will we be purchasing that shirt?
I mean, if it comes out with a Uniqlo
Should we-
collaboration, I guess.
Should we just try and make a dye shirt that
Dye?
people could buy? It just no context whatsoever. It just
Yeah,
says
and then a picture
dye.
of Ace on the back, and they'll
Give
know.
it to your
that-
enemies.
Oh. Mm.
So, Brooke, having a great time. No cares in the world. You came here before, right? Are you a fan of mine, old man? So apparently Reuven been skulking around and looking at children in the trash before. Who's just going, ha ha ha, maybe I am. But I'm not that old. I'm only 21. Damn, dude. That's rough. As Brooke replies, wow, you look so much older. Yo, you must have had a hard life. As Reuven just, makes fun of him. Whoa, you got a weird laugh, kid. And Brooke, yo, I guess I'll call you bro instead. So, they're just like two little peas in a pod here. Instant vibes.
I like them exchanging their unique laughs at each other.
Yeah, the da-ha-ha.
Yeah.
And as we get here a close-up on some delicious, delicious food. Here, bro, I'll cook you a meal as a sign of friendship. I caught some fresh grasshoppers and a frog today. It's good. The secret ingredient is curry powder, which, by the way, is also my secret ingredient to make everything taste good.
Guys, it's not secret if you tell everyone.
Well, it's secret if you don't, tell everyone, except for the podcast. So, shh, listeners. Secret ingredient.
Secret.
I steal it from the Navy ships that come to port every now and then.
You do, Jill?
Yeah. That's just, they don't put it on the news, but I'm there grabbing them from the, harbor here in California. It makes everything you put in it taste like curry, which, wow, shocking. That's what curry powder does. Not much of a secret ingredient then, yo-ho-ho. Meanwhile,
Good
Ruben
point.
here, looking down contemplatively, as we actually have another flashback, really, like a flashback 3 deep now. The soup du jour is dollar abalone, harvested from the Euro Peninsula and cooked in red wine with A6 rupee beef. And he goes, Your Highness, this is the daughter of the Saffron Zaibatsu. She graduated top of the class from Inoa Academy. As he's showing off, like, little morsel dishes that a lot of rich people like to eat.
And the food.
Yeah. And the food. Meanwhile, he's clearly just staring into his dish as Brooke is chowing down. Goes, What's up, bro? It's so good. It made you tear up? Oh, right. As he, thinks to himself, this is Asperia too. I'm just a little tired. Thanks for the meal. As he does chomp down on it, a whole ass frog. And then
I didn't even notice that those were the legs. I don't know why I didn't notice that.
Yeah, Brooke gave him the whole frog. So nice of him. Clearly
like,
Brooke took
what
the
did he
grasshopper.
expect this frog to taste like?
And his reaction is just like he's basically struck by lightning and with
Reminiscent of the cover page here,
Meh.
actually.
Maybe
Yes,
emo
actually.
doesn't work again.
Oh no, emu jellyfish. He shouldn't have put that in the recipe.
Oh no. And then Brooke's like, Yo ho ho, so good it makes you shiver, huh? I'm glad you like it so much. Hang on, bro, I'll sing you a song now. As Ruben is silent in his pain, I guess, here.
Ellipses.
Ellipses. What? You want to pay me? Don't bother, bro. We've each got our troubles, don't we?
The bro
wanna
is
give him
really funny in this
I
whole
really want to give him a California accent.
Yeah, I was thinking of that the
That's just
whole
how I
time I was
talk.
reading it.
But
Yeah.
I think Steven mentioned this last chapter, but bro is Aniki, so it's
Yeah.
basically like a Yakuza boss.
I know, but it's much funnier imagining it as a California
Bruh.
thing.
Well, even that, but like I think kids these days they just keep saying bro, right? That's a
Yeah,
thing.
they say bro.
They do
all
say
the
bro a
time.
lot.
Is. They do.
I heard it in a Wendy's. That's how I know.
It's just my accent.
I heard some teens in a Wendy's, and all they could say was bro.
Wow.
I like that Stephen left Zaibatsu untranslated. I think Zaibatsu is an inherently funny word because of 90s cyberpunk. And so anytime I see Zaibatsu anywhere, it makes me very happy.
He did it for you.
Thank you, Stephen Paul.
Thank you, Stephen Paul, once again. And on the next page, Ludwig van Reuven comes in with the... So, are those cigarettes? What is the
Beer
one
and
with the death
cigarettes,
mark?
the Breakfast
Is
of
that-
Champions.
Yeah, that's always
He's
what
like-
I
I
see.
came back.
Those are cigars.
Cigars.
Kids, you don't need frogs.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Does that say SH? Are these Straw Hat brand cigarettes?
They're
Yeah,
they're
somehow-
SH figure cigars.
Hey.
Or Siguarts.
Siguarts, yes.
Siguarts.
SH Siguarts. I like that.
I don't like that, but I'm gonna write it down. Wait, but then it does. Oh no, that still works.
You get 2 cigars for only
I was writing
$100.
Sigu farts, which would also be better. Yeah, he's holding up it's like, frogs, gross. Have these cigars and alcohol, kid. He's 11. 11.
My God, it's like 5 cigarettes at once.
Yeah, so far in this chapter, think of how we're treating 14-year-olds and 11-year-olds. I just want to keep this in
It was a
mind
different
as you
time,
continue.
Zach.
Oh,
This was back
yeah,
in the
it was
day.
earlier today when it came out. God, things were different.
The sun was further to the east.
I believe it was, yes. Anyway, yeah, we see them
What's
enjoying
Reuben
time.
holding in his hand in this panel here at the top?
An octopus.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
so
that is?
first he's fishing. He catches some sort of squid/octopus with a scar. That thing has seen some Yakuza shit right there. Anyway, you have Brooke. This is probably my favorite little panel of the chapter here, with the sunglasses rocking out on a guitar he made, presumably, or guitar-like instrument. And we head to Cello Port, sometime in Asperia, and at this time, I'll tell you, their norms also the same. And we hear someone say it's a naval escort ship. Load the merchant ships with instruments. Be very careful, they're fragile. Meanwhile, we zoom in somewhere as we see blood having dripped to the floor, to the side of a chair, and we see it is Brooke still wearing his dye shirt. It was referring to one. Yeah, maybe he just really likes playing dice, but only with one die. And maybe that's why he wears it. Anyway, he says, I don't know what you mean. You got the wrong guy. And coughing, he is bloodied. He does not look good. And here we got shitty Marine number 715 saying, don't lie to me, you little mule. I'm thinking like a McGarnagle voice, I guess. Where's the powder those gangsters told you to carry? Where'd you hide it? Huh?
No. The more accurate bit would be like, you gotta smuggle this powder from me, Billy.
Billy. McGarnagle.
I'm scared, McGarnagle.
Do it for me, Billy. McGarnagle. And before they slice his, what was it? They sliced his head ear to ear. They said, we paid a lot. So the Marines are saying, we paid a lot of money for that stuff, and you're supposed to give it to us. And instead, what do we find? Curry powder. Meanwhile, he's singing the song. I forget exactly how Alex put the. Do you want to sing it, Alex? I forget exactly how you.
Cows and frogs and slaves and kings, we're all bones when we die.
Stop singing! And he thinks it'll be over in a moment if I keep singing. Oh, so long, stray dogs. So long, bro. The guy with the piece of grass in his mouth continues, either way, he's seen our faces. We gotta kill him and go after the gang. Alex?
We're all bones when we die.
Rock! In comes Beethoven himself. Dun 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 dun. And yeah, with a doom. He busts down some big ass doors as they head to this as he kicks into this cargo hold, and Brooke is like, bro, and everyone else is like, bro. No, Prince Reuven. And what happens next, Steve?
And Brooke here hears that and says, huh? Prince? And Reuven says, that's right. I'm an honest to God prince. And
Mr. Prince.
He gives Brooke a big hug and he says, I'm glad you're all right, Brooke. I know what I would do myself if you died, like on your t-shirt. And the cavalry comes in and says, step back, your highness. The battle convoy will handle the rest. And Reuven says, don't try to stop me. I'll do this myself. Look what these guys did to my little friend. They need to feel the same pain he did. And then someone's like, oh shit, that's Asperia's battle convoy. And then we get this Marine goon with the most 70s anime hairstyle.
And buck teeth.
Yeah. Well, this is something they overhear. They say, it's like, Prince Reuven, we've caught the Molon family and the mule who was transporting their drugs. And these guys are like, mule?
Oh, that powder.
And they say, then he really is just a kid who loves curry powder. And one of the members of the battle convoy says, "Your Highness, you have to set your personal grudge aside. The world government is behind the Navy." And he says, "If the government is backing this scum, then the world's truly coming to an end. Right, Candel?" I don't know how you guys pronounced it last week.
Yeah.
I feel like with that little, the LE, it's Candel. Yeah.
Yeah, we said that. What?
Yeah,
What?
okay.
What? How else would you pronounce that?
Candle.
Oh, her name's Candle. I've been calling her
Calling
Crandall.
her Candle. I'll write that down. Go ahead.
And she says, I am your trusted blade, Highness. Wow. I usually say your Highness, but it says, she is his trusted blade, and she'll fight at his side. And these guys are like, "Hey, stop, we're Navy." And Reuben says, "No, you're not. You're trash."
No, that's Kendall who says that, I think. Or
No,
no, he's the one
that's
with his mouth
Reuben.
open.
I don't know. He's got the bigger mouth. That's at least 3 exclamation points of a mouth right there.
Yeah, her mouth ain't even open.
Yeah.
As far as we can tell.
And they're a whirlwind of blades as they cut through all these guys. And Brooke says, "They're sword fighting. That's so cool." And then time passes, and someone says, "Hey, did you hear? Lady Candel's done it again. She saved the kingdom from peril." And all these women are shrieking, swooning.
Women love Candle.
One of them's making the face from like the GIF, when like everyone's like kind of freaking out. It was like a good diss.
It is
and,
that
like, the one
GIF.
kid
I
kinda
bet
goes
you-
by going,
Yeah.
hands to the face.
I bet you Oda
You're
had
doing the
that in mind.
Kevin McAllister.
I do want to say it's interesting that this sword fighting style that Candel has here and that Shuri has at the beginning is the same as Brooke. It's that like the fencing style.
It's Asperia style.
Asperia style. Yeah. Chill.
So we go back to Asperia Palace, which looks awesome with that harp in the back. Are you awake now, Brooke? As he, little beaten up child here, wakes up to a beautiful sight of Kingdom Asperia battle convoy Commander Candel. I am not angry at you, Prince Reuven. I am simply asking that you be more mindful of your royal position. As she's pouring tea. I love the style of the sound effects. Like the
So this was pointed out
fleur-de-lis or whatever.
that I think this only has shown up with Mihawk, this specific style. I thought Brooke had a similar one, but we'll talk about more when we get to Disc Piece later. But apparently that is more bone, specific than this one. So I think Mihawk is the only one who has had this specific fleur-de-lis-ish style.
It's very fancy.
Yeah. Well, she's very fancy. Look at all those sparkles. That's how you could tell.
Every time she appears, there's sparkles.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Reuben doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Hey, Brooke. And Brooke's like, "You're a prince, bro? Listen. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I wasn't trying to hide it. I just had too much fun hanging around you to ruin the good times." Meanwhile, Brooke, who was straight up starving to death in that, in that dump and was just fed cigarettes and alcohol by the prince of this kingdom, was like, sure. That's
This
fine.
jaded
Sure.
prince saw a child singing in a dump and said, "That must be the happiest kid in the world."
Yes.
Have a cigar, kid.
Now he's corrupted him from his love of music to the love of violence and swords.
That's cigars.
This is a travesty.
Oh no,
Meanwhile-
he loves cigars. What's gonna happen when his lungs disappear and he's fine? Go ahead.
And he whispers, "Also, don't you dare tell anyone about stealing that curry powder." And then this is Candel again. "Every time Prince Reuben went missing, we went into a panic trying to find him." And she, leans over to him, sparkling again, gives him a little tap. "I never would have guessed he was passing the time with such an adorable little friend." And then Brooke falls in love. There's a little
Obviously.
nosebleed and heart comes out. Little bloosh. And then Candel, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know your wounds were so deep." And Reuben's like, "No, he's fine. Ignore him. More importantly, listen up. This guy's my favorite musician. Found him in a dump. Give him a room in the barracks and some real instruments to play and make it so he can attend school. we've got a new star in Asperia. And meanwhile, Brooke is like, off to the side, listening and going, huh?
Why didn't he just do this before I got beat up?
Yeah, right. And as Brooke, we get a zoom in on his little crying eye. Reuben's going, I love this guy. If we keep him around, life in the palace is going to be way more fun. And also, this kid won't live in a dump for the rest of his life.
It sounds like, Brooke has parents, and it sounded like he had a younger brother when he was talking at the beginning of the chapter.
I kind of assumed that meant they had died of starvation.
No,
but
I think it was an Aniki, like, bro, like little bro, like,
Oh.
that's what I was assuming, but when we have Stephen on, we'll ask.
We only see the wild dogs that he's worried about later. Maybe that's just he calls the dogs little brother and mom and dad. These
Yeah, that one's
feral
mom.
dogs that are growling at him all the time.
Does he say mom and dad? I don't.
Yes.
In the song.
Oh, dad and mom and little bro, we're all starving.
Yeah, he's trying.
Little brother.
Little brother. He can make it on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. We don't actually see his family. If that, I was assuming he was orphaned, but because it's One Piece.
Of course.
Seriously though, I mean,
If
interesting.
he had a little brother, though, I feel like that will come up because, Oda and siblings and stuff. That would have to be mentioned at least.
I feel like that's just such an additional element that he's like, it feels so aside from the story, like it doesn't feel relevant. Like I'm surprised that even is in there, unless he like means them generally. I'm confused. That's genuinely confusing to me. Anyway,
I choose to believe it's the dogs' names.
It makes sense that they would be dead already if they're living in a fucking dump.
well, so is Brooke.
I think we might even get an even smaller flashback that shows like how he ended up in the dump because he talking about like let's blame the king. We need a new king, so maybe some kind of policy.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that definitely was. That definitely is giving an opening for finding out a little bit more there.
I could see like a Baby 5-esque mini like 2-panel flashback of like, oh, parents are dead.
And we got a chapter next week?
No, we don't. Ed,
No,
what
we
were
don't.
your thoughts on this one?
It's cute. Little Brooke is great. Interesting about Reuven, though, like, we don't know where Candel came from, that she became the head of the convoy. And it seems like that's how she met Reuven, who seems to be sort of a bit of a loose cannon. He likes to go around. People don't know where he is, so the guards have to go look for him. And I guess that's how they got together. Like, she's always having to go chase him down, and things happened. Eventually, they get married. But to see how, it was a little weird last chapter when Brooke was trying to steal the queen, but can see why he loves her so much, where that began here. And I like that he gets to see the corruption of the Navy. Like, he's stealing from the Navy, but the Navy seems to be like dealing drugs or something.
Well, yeah, these guys are up. Well, we don't know if they're on the up and up, but it seems like they're not, I'm assuming.
Or maybe, I don't know, was Brooke supposed to deliver the drugs to the soldiers? Were they going to use the drugs?
No, he was delivering the curry. But
Oh,
I mean,
so
presumably.
so was that he was mistaken for a different courier or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
A
they found the
courier.
mule.
Gives a whole new meaning to courier.
That's good. That's good.
I'm
What if
gonna
his
write
little
that
brother
down.
was the courier? And that's gonna be that's why he's crying at the end,
The
as he
curry
realizes
courier.
they've found.
Oh, they found my curry.
This is a fun story, but there aren't
My
really
secret.
there aren't any stories in this. This story just gets deeper. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, Ed?
No, not really.
Abby, thoughts on Brooke in this chapter?
I love Brooke. I like that they've given him one comedic boundary he won't cross. That made me happy. Yeah, I'm mostly just along for the ride. I have moved beyond the ability to identify what I like and don't like. I don't have an internal monologue. I don't have the capacity to assess my feelings on things. I'm just enjoying getting to see something about what I would say is the most mysterious Straw Hat. And finally see a little more about what his whole whole deal is. I like that it's now canon that like garbage dumps are just where poor people live in One Piece land. I'm very happy to have that confirmed that this is just a strange picture book logic world, which I guess has always been the
Yeah.
case, but this is I would say the most like you said, the subtext loud that it gets. Like even the Celestial Dragon stuff is a lot is it's very subtle compared to, oh, the poor people have to live in the garbage dump. That's where we put them because we don't care. And I yeah, I don't know if I'm expecting the rest of the, because like ending on the kid crying, and it's unclear if it's happy tears or not. I feel like leaves it open if this is going to explore more about. I mean, I feel like that would leave a character a lot more conflicted than the storytelling mode of One Piece would usually go into. If that makes sense, not that I have no faith in Oda, but just that the tone of One Piece doesn't usually go into like, and here's the class politics, and let's really break down how it feels to be useful to capital and then saved from, that's not really what we're reading. But I'm very excited to see the future, and yeah, I'm liking Brooke. I'm a fan.
Jill.
Yeah, I mean, I love Brooke, one of my favorite Straw Hats, and I love getting to see this like little glimpse into his backstory here. Um, Really like seeing him like so happy and like cheerful, even going through what he does, kind of just brings to mind like when they found him at Thriller
Yeah.
Bark, still so happy. Man, every time Oda gives us a flashback of the Straw Hats, it's like, wow, there's even more tragedy in their past than we thought, and yet they're still so. He's still so happy to see people. Thinking of the whole trash heap thing, Oda obviously, there's the trash heap in Goa, where all the unwanted people would be shunted away so that it would be clean inside, and then here we have them saying like, what a stench, the shame of the country. Pretty much the exact same thing. So Oda always talks about like how these, like trash really shows that a country isn't treating everyone right. I also found it interesting when he was talking about needing a new king. He says, one day we'll get to play real music, which makes me think maybe there's like a ban on what
Oh.
kind of music can be sung. Like maybe only specific
Mm.
things that are taught in specific schools are allowed to be played. And like Brooke is like different, which is why Reuben
Ah.
kind of gravitated towards him maybe. Um, but I'm just really excited for this. I think Ruben is an interesting character because I hope he does grow as well. I hope we see some character development because obviously here he's grew up as a prince and he is seeing the rest of his kingdom via Brooke. So I wonder if that's going to lead him to revolt against presumably his father, the king. Um, I don't know if it'll be a like a bloodless transfer here because it sounds like the current king is shitty. But I don't know if he's like horrible or if he's just kind of garbo. Um, to use a technical term. And yeah, the whole thing with the Marines showing that there's the corruption here, not just with the trash, but also with like the Marines themselves interfering with the coming and goings of the merchant ships and stuff. And I would be interested if this kingdom ends up breaking away from the world government, and that's why it ends up the way it does, and with and Gunko and everything. If like this interaction that Reuben has with the Marines here ends up kind of building up to something where they do break off. So, I don't know, but I'm very excited.
The why does this country no longer exist is a lingering question. Like it's a very like there are only a few ways that a kingdom could be wiped off the face of a map, in the One Piece world. So it doesn't give us a ton of options. Alex, thoughts?
Yeah, so I wasn't on last week, so I get to say that yeah, I am very pleased that we are getting not only like this flashback with Brooke and Shuri, but a proper flashback for Brooke. The one with Laboon, I think, is obviously that one hits where it's supposed to for Thriller Bark, but this in particular is sort of what everybody has been sort of waiting for since Brooke has been introduced as a Straw Hat, and I honestly didn't think that we would ever get this, despite us having seen Little Kid Brooke before in other forms of media. So I think it's interesting where Oda decided to put this flashback, given that okay, so what we can probably assume here is that it's going to. He decided to reveal this now, given the gunko of it all, but also he's from a kingdom that no longer exists. We're going to maybe see some ties to Emu and Marie-Joie. And I'm not going to say anything yet because it's totally just a Oda's character designs happen to look very similar, but that last panel looks a lot like Baby Blackbeard, and I think it's just it's one of those coincidences, honestly, at the end of the day. Yeah.
So you're saying his name is Davy D. Brooke?
I'm not saying this yet. I don't want to say this. But given where we are and why and why Oda waited this long to do this flashback, I don't know. I feel like that's something that could very easily be shoehorned here, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to let it bother me, or I'm not going to let it overtake what this flashback is. One thing that I will happily say about Brooke's design here is that it reminds me a lot of pre-time skip One Piece.
I was going to mention that. Yeah.
It like his. It's so funny. I'm not going to say he sticks out like a sore thumb here. But it's very reminiscent of old school One Piece. Brooke's design, his younger design, his Muppety face with his little eyelashes. So it's sort of nice to see in that way. Reuven, Ruben, are you for scuba? This guy is Beethoven, right? He's fucking Beethoven.
It didn't occur to me until the Piece Together segment where a listener brought it up.
Sure. I mean, I listened to that and then I was like, yeah, that could definitely be true. And then the first panel, you see young Reuven. He looks exactly like what we think of when we think of Ludwig von Beethoven. It's the hair. It's the hair and the chin, the really pronounced butt chin.
And the ascot, because before he was in a wife beater, so it was a bit hard to see the resemblance.
That's really true, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm liking this a lot. Obviously, this is a shorter chapter. It does hit. My only nitpick here is that we haven't seen any sort of. I want even just a sentence as to why Reuven, his motivations for hanging out with Brooke, what they are exactly. Why is this prince hanging out in the trash dump to begin with? And I mean, is this his just first? I mean, obviously, this is his first time outside the palace, right? And seeing how the other half lives. I don't know.
Well, it's at least his first time in this specific place. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't. I kind of hope it doesn't flash back. I hope this flashback doesn't, do too much of a time jump from where we currently are, because I want to know Reuven's motivations for going and hanging out with Brooke to begin with. I feel like there's something missing there.
I'll posit that this is also a 13-page chapter, and what if Oda just had meant to include things and decided to cut certain things?
Sure. Yeah.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Hopefully he double backs, and tells us. I agree with you.
Because I think that's the only thing missing here from this, from like the emotional resonance here. I mean, I love their friendship. I think it's really cute. But I just need a little bit more from him. Like, oh, was he, is living in the palace too stuffy for him, or is the king actually a piece of shit? And
it is interesting how he says those are terrible lyrics, you make them up, but then also becomes best friends with this kid who is saying to kill the king.
Like a Sabo situation, maybe.
Yeah, that is kind of what it feels like, actually.
Yeah.
Like he's older Sabo.
Old Sabo.
Yeah.
When we were talking about the line about like what music you're allowed to play, if this is the Music Kingdom, presumably they're singing things in praise of the celestial dragons or whatever. So maybe just the idea of singing something that's saying like, I think the king's a dick. No one else is allowed to do that.
That's
so
interesting.
Like, hearing someone in a, it's Bob Lennon from 20th Century Boys.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Suda la la la.
Suda la.
That's great. I love that. Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to see more. This is really hitting for me, and I don't even like. Okay, remember I was like complaining about God Valley and where it was placed. I don't even give a shit about this, about where this is placed. I'm like, okay, cool, great. It's a character we know.
It's a straw hat. It's a straw hat.
Actually, no, not like we've heard of.
Yeah, it's a character we've lived with and we wanted to know more about. Okay, this is where you're putting it. Fine, I'm cool with it. I'm not even gonna fucking complain. This is great. I'm having a great time. I'm sure this is gonna be very heartbreaking.
Steve.
I really like with everything jumping around how we see Reuven like 7 years later is already like, I'm gonna have you executed, Brooke. You're conspiring against me. Like he's just become a cranky pants in 7 years.
Well, I think he was just being he was being facetious, but
he looks real mad.
He looks like Tony Soprano getting like the paper,
Beethoven soprano. Well, actually that works.
I gotta go to the dump and feed my ducks.
Steve.
He's worried that one day Brooke is just gonna fly away. I've been really enjoying this flashback so far. I'll echo what Alex said. It feels like a classic era flashback, because also isn't just hopping around the world and be like, and this is what this character was up to on this day this year. It's just telling a more concise like story here. So I've been enjoying this. I do like the Brooke as a kid and like hanging out with a grown ass adult. It's really endearing in a way where it's just like, oh, like One Piece, isn't it magical? But I am like concerned why it was so short. I'm wondering if this is just Oda running out of time, because I still feel like, I think you could have ended on this like emotional like note here, like for Brooke. Yeah, Brooke is looking crazy, like young Teach, here.
Yeah, I didn't notice that
like,
until jeez.
Yeah, this is Brooks eating the loaf of bread for Chopper. Like this.
Oh shit, that is what it. That is what it is. Oh shit, and Hirolo kind of has crazy hair too.
Yeah. My son's gonna be a star, I tell you. I just like the silhouette of throwing his hands up in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I'm rooting for the he's a Buccaneer like Blackbeard theory is because they could get to whatever needs to happen, and he needs Buccaneer blood, but he's a skeleton, so they still need Blackbeard. I think that would be.
I do think a skull joke would save that connection. I know Alex is worrying, but if it ends up just being a skull joke at the end, that might save it.
Yay!
Alex nods solemnly in approval.
The camera zooms in.
This camera zooms in. This Alex.
But
Steve.
It's the dynamics are really fun so far. Like I like these characters a lot, and I think also I'm just incredibly invested because this is a main character So I'm more along for the ride. I don't know if there's anything else I could really add other than I think like this chapter clearly, needed some more pages, but who's to say? Like, I don't think there would ever be a time where Oda would be like, "No, this page is too good to end to not end on, so I'm just gonna end it." I feel like he ran out of time. That is my that's my theory. If you want a theory to go off of. But it's just very fun, very endearing. I can't help, and I don't know if this is talked about at all. I was like, oh yeah, like Prince Reuven, like his jawline. He it looks so much like the jaw that was attached to the lion in Thriller Bark.
We mentioned,
and I'm like, yeah, and then I Googled it Googled the lion from Thriller Bark real quick, and there's just already like crazy conspiracies about it. And that Asperia is Thriller Bark, and I wouldn't necessarily go that far. I just thought like, oh, he kind of looks like that, but
God
the noses
Valley
are
is
different.
Thriller Bark.
Well,
I still
I don't
think
know.
that.
I don't know. I didn't see no castle on God Valley.
Maybe the Muggy Kingdom is a spirit. No, I'm kidding.
Did you guys talk about like that?
I just
like,
googled that.
Asperia being Thriller Bark.
I have
Did you guys talk about that at all?
I've not actually heard that theory. I've been very offline, so I don't.
My whole thing about it is just giving it some thought. Why?
Because
it's like oh, it turns out,
but like
because it turns out Asperia was Brook's old kingdom, and I'm like,
why would he?
That it retcon, and it'd feel like a retcon for Brook to not like kind of respond to that at all back then,
that would have been
But the line is that it was an island from the West Blue, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But so was God Valley, which is why I think we were saying at the time the connection there. The reason why I know Ken and others like that connection is because you had like half of the God Valley guys being zombies in Thriller Bark. Like that was the big connection. This
right.
This has maybe Reuven's chin. Like I don't know if that's
and
enough.
This is 70 years ago. Like Moria wasn't even born yet, and his corpse, would have long since decayed. But
the chin, at least.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, that's the first to go.
The chin is
All
the
things
first
considered,
to go.
I could see Moria being jealous of someone with a chin.
Yeah, he lost in the fight with Kaido. Kaido tore off his jawline and said, "Now get the hell out of here."
He did have a big chiseled chin, I think, when he was in Logtown, right? Moria?
Yeah,
he did.
Got that
and
nasty
then
white.
Kaido
he lost it.
just ripped it off, like it was like a patch. He says like, "You're out of here." Call yourself Kazuki. Don't call yourself Kazuki anymore. And then Moria's like, "Is that what people call me?" And Kaido's like, "I don't know. Get out." But then again, like I said, like Oda kind of just writing that in, and my response being like, "Okay, I don't think we needed that storyline." So who's to say? But
I think Oda
key to
felt
all this.
obliged to include like the connections to Wano with Moria. I don't think he had them in mind. That feels so retconned. Anyway,
but also every woman in One Piece has the same jawline, so
I like that Moria has that
Almost all of
pasty
them.
white skin and no chin, and there's that panel from whatever Garth Ennis comic where a guy's like, "Why are all the defenders of the white race always freaks like you? Where's your chin?" Yelling at poor Moria.
the chin goes to the good people, the good ones.
I think that has to be Absalom's chin on the lion, right? Because he has the lion.
I thought that's always was
That's the
like
assumed.
Yeah, Alchem's
it's
razor.
crazy. It's crazy
Absalom's
that
razor.
that's never been an SBS question, and I wouldn't be surprised now if in a future volume someone
Now
asks,
it's going to
so.
be because that chin.
I like the idea of Oda just being so mad. Like it was clear before this flashback. It was clear 15 years ago. You got it. He was right there. We saw the chin.
Well, the one picture
other
we
than
have
that-
of Absalom with a chin is when he's a child, and he's a regular ass chin as a child. He doesn't have that
Well,
chin.
you don't have a. You don't look like Jay Leno when you're like 7 years old.
Hey,
you know?
speak for yourself. No, I didn't.
And then like in regards to the stuff with like Shuri too, like I don't have a problem with her kind of just crushing on Brooke, because I think that's a very adolescent thing that happens sometimes.
I agree
and
with
Brooke
that.
is being cool. Brooke is like, no. But then her saying like, it's like, I'll fill out next year. I'm like, okay, all right, come on.
That line, yeah.
Prove to me this was written by a man. But
I
other than
still
that,
say that to people I'm flirting with. I'm like,
So do I.
next year. Check it out.
Otherwise this one gets a thumbs up from me.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to add. Now I'm back on that page. I said my fill with that. I do really enjoy the Pero-chan, was it Happy?
Yeah.
That is adorable now that I see that connection there. The one thing I'm going to vehemently disagree with, I think the consensus here is that this chapter did not feel short. It did not feel rushed. I thought this chapter was kind of the best example I could think of from Oda telling a story quickly in a condensed. I am sure it was 13 pages because of his deadline. 100%. That said, I think he did an exceptional job telling a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like as a chapter of a Shonen Jump if a Shonen Jump comic is concerned, with an excellent emotional end. I think, Blackbeard parallels aside, I think that is such a emotionally, like, I don't want to say wrenching, but certainly like it really does bring out a certain feeling. You got like the Rick and Morty eye there with the squiggle pupil, and like, who hasn't cried lying down? And like that's like one of the more realistic like crying faces I think I have seen in One Piece. Or maybe they're too realistic usually is the problem. I don't know. So,
crying at the prospect of going to school. Who hasn't been there?
Yeah. Oh no.
I think I agree with you, Zach, because this is character work over like the thrilling adventure or like the deep lore.
Yeah.
And I think character work is what attracts most people to the series, to the point that like there are all of these, polls about who's everyone's favorite character. Like we want to get to know these people, and the plot moves too fast to get a lot of time with them. And so I think that's why we enjoyed this chapter a lot.
100%. And Alex and Steve put it really well. This really feels like old One Piece, and I think it's exactly for the reason you just said, Abby. Like, this is, sure, there are things you could posit about with like the big world, the big implications in the world, and what is this person doing here, and what has this have to do with Gunko, what happens to this kingdom, blah blah blah. But like the thing that makes this chapter so appealing is the fact that it is character driven, and as Alex said, character driven specifically with someone who is very important to us as readers, because he is a Straw Hat, and it gives us that extra level, of caring in this. Like God Valley is this like epic in the historical sense. Like it is telling this historical story that is riveting and interesting and like bombastic, but I really think at the end of the day it is not rooted, or even when it is rooted in characters, they're not characters we really have strong ties to before or even after we read that story. And so if we're comparing here, this one already, I think, has done such a good job in what is the equivalent of like one chapter's worth of material to tell like a truly like heart-wrenching character story, which is, I agree, Abby, that's like what we look for in the series. Candel is also awesome. I wonder if Oda is really hinting a Mihawk connection with just the Dawn there. I don't know if he would do that. Although on the other hand, he did introduce Rox as Blackbeard's dad in like a little like right away in the
We have
Oda
nothing
text.
on Mihawk, like at all, right?
No, and
Hangs out with a bunch of monkeys.
Yeah, is he from West Blue? Do
Let
we
me
know that?
Google this.
Yeah.
What does he
That
look like as a kid?
Sounds right.
I mean, you could just I could look too. I mean,
It's funny that like when you look at like all the people that wrote into the SBS and were like, oh, what do the 7 warlords look like when they were kids, or the Marines look like they were kids, and they all look like ragamuffins. It's so funny. Like none of them looked unpoor or
He
shoveled.
did look like a ragamuffin.
You know?
You know, having a good childhood doesn't generally lead to you going out to the seas for piracy.
I mean,
True.
it also by and large, if you are in the manga called One Piece, you don't have a good childhood.
True. I don't think we know where he's from, right? Do they ever say what blue he's from?
Did you
Jill,
say?
did you
Sorry,
find
did
it?
you say? Did they ever say where Bluey is from? I'm pretty sure he's from
Yeah, that's
Australia.
what
I
I
said
heard.
which blue he's from. I see why you thought I said that though. It does sound like that. Because it just says where he resided. I don't think it. I mean, I haven't done a deep dive. I'm just looking right now.
West Bluey.
Yeah, I don't see anything, at least in the.
That actually makes it even more suspicious. Yeah, I mean, Candel's design is great. It's so suspicious, just which is good for a character. Like she's very mysterious and like.
I appreciate
wise.
that she doesn't look like Nami.
She looks a little like Nami.
She looks like an Oda woman. Like let's
She
just
does.
be honest.
I don't want to be suspicious of her
Do
because
you
I
know
was
who
wrong
looks
with
like
Hiyori.
Nami?
Most characters.
Shuri.
Shuri, in that
Shuri.
one scene with her
Shuri
tongue out.
really looks like Nami. Like Shuri, except for the eye, Shuri looks identical to Nami in a lot of these panels.
I'm just kind of hoping that Candel is like wearing pants. It looks like she is, but
I think
me also
sometimes she
looking
is.
up the lion thing. I'm just seeing like fan digital colorings, and it's just like, yeah, those are short shorts, and I'm like,
Oh my
no one-
god.
no one's been to art history.
Don't you
so-
hate pants?
I titled that one already.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we
right.
did that
That's
one.
right.
Yeah, well,
We did
no,
that
it was
one.
the we did that. Yeah, finally. Yeah, no,
Cool.
they're not. As far as we know, they're not celestial dragons, so they like pants. I'm trying to think. The music. I'm very excited for the anime for this specific. Like Cho is great, and I do look forward to hearing this music. Like I still have Neko Mamushi stuck in my head, and that's just a thing he just did off before he was even cast in One Piece.
Neko mi mamu.
Yeah.
Ma. Mushi.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know. I agree that like I'm so excited to see more and hear more about this Straw Hat. I mean, of course there's a lot to Brooks' history. He's in his 90s and we've seen like how long was he at sea dead-ish?
I
It
don't
was a
know,
That was
while.
50 years.
50? Okay, so we haven't seen half his life-ish, like that sounds about right. Yeah, that's also, the one thing I want to mention is Brooke being like the smiling in the face of tragedy is a super cool and interesting character kind of motif for him. Like he is
'Cause
absolutely
he has no
that
choice
character
but to smile without a
well,
face.
without a face.
Sorry.
But no, but even he is always this very like optimistic kind of guy. And the fact that he was so serious and like really pissed when he saw Gunko earlier in the arc, I think was so striking. Not that much earlier in the arc, a couple chapters ago, was so striking because he is never that guy. Like very like even when he's like on guard and serious, he's not like he was like had righteous indignation in that moment. And that is not something we ordinarily see, since he is more than Usopp, certainly. He is like kind of the comic relief of the crew. He's the musician. I mean, that makes sense. He's a comic relief of a really comedically oriented crew. But yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it there. Brooke, I'm very, very happy we're in this flashback. And I agree with Alex. The placement is secondary at this point. We'll see. But just because it's about a Straw Hat, that, I'll move aside my other priorities for the moment.
Those giant kids can drown for a while longer.
Well, they've already been there for around a year. Well, no, that's when they were
that was
almost
the fire.
on fire. Yeah.
We've still got 2 elements to go through.
That's true.
Can't wait for the
Earthquake.
earth torture next. Yeah.
And then the tornado.
Heart.
Oh, Zach didn't watch Airbender.
No, I'm talking about Captain Planet. I don't care.
Yeah.
I know you are. That's
I
why.
know you know I am. Yeah, dude. Look, maybe I look old, but I'm only. Let's move on to the next.
You
segment.
and Ted, God rest his soul, at 5:30
I'm
in the
officially
morning.
22.
Oh wow. Good for you.
Wow, she looks terrible.
What am I supposed to say to that? We'll see you after these messages. This is the Piece Together segment where we take your questions, comments, and theories, and I'm just a handsome Muppet. Let's start with Alex.
It's called This Piece. And you all know the drill, everybody. This Piece is our Patreon for Patreon subscribers. Send your stuff in. We'll read it.
And I'm going to tell you right now, after we read these, the chapter is going to hit completely different.
Oh, my God. All right. Oh, God. So let's see. I guess I'll start with this one from the 29th. This is from Sam the Kokoyashi Drunk, who says, "Hey, OPP, the trailer announcing the arrival of the Knights of God for the anime came out today, and with the VA announcements for Gunko, Summers, and Killingham. I never thought about it, but seeing the 4-panel screenshots on social media made me think Shamrock, Gunko, Summers, and Killingham represent the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Killingham is famine. He's able to create all the food in the world, but it has no nutritional value. Summers is pestilence because he views love as a disease. Alternately, he can be conquest because he seems to be the one actually in charge of the mission to conquer Elbaf. Gunko is war because she's able to control a large group of people like a general marching their soldiers off to war. Shamrock is death. He has the Guardian of Hell as his weapon, as the commander of the other 3. What's your take on this idea?"
I like it. I think that's a cool idea. I don't know if Oda had that in mind. I mean, that's always the question, but
I give it an A for effort.
no,
I would have thought Killingham was a horseman because of all that, that centaur legs.
He's a centaur, man.
He's a
He's half man, half centaur.
Yay. I
Sailor...
would say Shamrock is the Leonardo, and Killingham is the Donatello because he's creating stuff.
Because he's a nerd.
I do want to give.
Yeah.
I do want to
He
give
does
Sam
machines.
I do want to give this the listener props, because I do think it is a very well conceived idea. I don't know if in practice it's going to actually happen, but
I would say Summers is cool but rude.
Yeah, this tracks.
Yeah.
So Gunko's a party dude?
Yeah, I mean, she
loves
doesn't,
music.
Yeah, she doesn't wear pants.
True.
That's true.
They don't
Don't you hate
wear
pants?
pants
Well,
at some point.
Oh my God, that's true. Well, no.
Yeah, we
hold
made
on.
that joke.
Yeah, because
There's an image
When?
we did on the podcast. We did.
Oh, yeah,
Kirby drew that
that's right.
image of them burning
Don't
their
you hate
pants in a
pants?
fire. Yeah, we just discussed
Right.
that title.
right.
Yeah. No, they all hate pants.
17 years. I
included.
don't remember jack shit.
I don't remember 2 weeks ago. No, I mean, me neither. I don't either. It's
Shall I
podcast
continue?
brain. Yeah, you can.
Sailor Karna says, "Hey OPP, this chapter is one of my favorite Brooke chapters, and I got a lot of them. I am happy to know he's always been an at least the glass has water in it optimistic person. He's like me in a lot of ways. I hope you all have a good week, and remember that we're all bones when we die." Word. Thanks, Sailor Karna. Reverse Curry Mule says, "Holy shit, OPP. I had some curry and oh dang, the curry powder in it tasted really weird and not at all like curry. And now I just want to dance. Is this dance powder? Do I want to dance or write a screenplay or dance? Wow, such an energetic curry powder. I just need to slurp it all over my gum-gums and up my nose fancy. Damn, I wonder if the German kingdom's trading around all these Don people to traffic in this amazing, not at all curry-tasting curry powder. Yum. No wonder musicians love curry so much. Holy shit." There was no punctuation in this diss piece, so I had to do it justice.
Yeah, Abby's faces made that very worth a read, I think.
Okay.
No one's going to get to see that. Abby can't even confirm or deny whether faces were made.
Look, for the most part, we have to read it because it's.
I've had so much work on my face that I actually can't make expressions
Abby,
anymore.
You look great for someone who's 19.
I look 12.
I think she's going to keep going. Are you in an embryo right now? Because
you don't look a day over zygote.
Zygote.
Way to be creative says, "Hello, my fellow curry powder mules. What a nice chapter."
What is happening this week?
Everybody loves the curry powder bit. What a nice chapter, seeing Brooke growing up with such cool people like Reuven and Candel. I'm so happy for him. He even managed to do what Yarl couldn't, not get a sword stuck in his head. But why would he go into the sea when he has a devil fruit? Is he stupid? And a yo-ho-ho. Brooke might not be the best cook out there, but what about y'all? I'm curious, are there meals you make that you think you've mastered? Or if not, a favorite dish from your friends or family? Thanks and have a great week.
Before he goes into this is a good question. I didn't notice until like the very end, I forgot to mention that the frog, that because I read this while like at the park and I wasn't like not in the Lowe's parking lot, an actual park. That I didn't notice that like at the bottom of page 6 in the corner you see the actual like really grotesque looking dead frog in the pot.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just really excellent.
Gross.
Yeah, I just needed to mention the Michigan J Frog being killed there.
Well, I make a good ass egg salad, and the secret ingredient actually is curry powder. So there we go.
My best recipe is a cinnamon babka.
Wow,
Yeah.
a baker.
Well, I did that. That was my pandemic thing.
It's very
I was just
precise.
Making everything, and it's so much fun. But Jesus, it takes a while.
I've been told I make good scrambled eggs, but I don't feed them to strangers.
Wow.
But you know us, Steve.
Yeah. I cook a lot. We both cook a lot at home. I'll say that my wife makes really excellent risotto. She made risotto last night with goat cheese and beech and oyster mushrooms, and probably the best risotto I've ever had.
What about you,
So-
Alex? Though
Me, I make a lot of food. I make a
Well, what
pretty
do you
good
make
schnitzel.
best? Ooh, schnitzel.
What's the best thing I make?
Wasn't that the question?
I make a really excellent chili. I also can make really good stuffed zucchini.
Ooh, that's a good dish.
It's a Greek recipe with avgo lemano sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I everything I make it tends to be pretty good. I hate to toot my own horn there, but
No,
those are my. But there's this chicken schnitzel recipe that I got out of the Eric Warheim cookbook, which it sort of became like my standard go-to, and it's really easy and it's really freaking delicious. And I don't know, anyone can cook.
Yeah.
As Ratatouille taught everyone. It's
Especially
true.
if they
It's
have
a
a
true
mouse
story.
controlling them.
It's true. Not the most hygienic thing in the world. Tyler says, "Hey ho 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 OPP. Poor Brooke, man, that ending got me. I like the parallels between Brooke growing up in the trash piles outside of the kingdom, just like a certain group of brothers. Of course, he fits right in with Luffy. Also, the parallel with Brooke getting caught by the Navy and then Luffy getting caught by Blue Jam. I wonder what powder they wanted if it wasn't curry powder. White cocoa powder? Haha, have a great week, everyone." Yes, cocaine.
People really like the drug jokes this week.
Oh, that's the other kind of powder.
Is this the first time drugs have ever? No, aside from the energy steroids,
drugs.
the
Evil drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah, no, drugs have been in One Piece. Evil drugs.
Is this the first time that like drug muling has been really talked about in One Piece?
It might be. I mean,
they fill a balloon with whatever.
Dressrosa had smuggling, but I don't think it was drug related explicitly.
It was toys.
Wow.
I'll
Toys
tell you
are
what,
people.
alcohol
Toys are people.
is a drug, and so I think that means Binks is the most prolific drug smuggler of them all.
Binks and Prince Reuven, who gives alcohol and cigars to children.
Hey, look,
Worse
he knows
than
what.
that George C. Scott cloud of pot smoke from Cartoon All Stars to the rescue. Hey kids, why don't you do drugs? I'm George C. Scott.
Was that George C. Scott?
It was
Oh my
the
god.
role of a lifetime.
The role. I get it.
Was the second him getting hit by football, or
Ooh, I really liked him in
My
movie.
groin.
was that George C. Scott? I'm not crazy.
I
Right?
think it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was George C. Scott and man getting hit by football. Yeah. McLeach.
Oh, he's McLeach.
Yeah, he's McLeach.
Cat sneezing.
Anyways.
He's
Bless you,
great in
cat.
Exorcist 3. His monologue about keeping a fish in his bathtub.
Dr. Strangelove. He's also in the best version of A Christmas Carol. Come at me,
Which one's
folks.
that?
It's the one with George C. Scott as Scrooge. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he plays
Which
Scrooge.
Muppet is he?
He's Beaker. And David Warner. David Warner plays Bob Cratchit in that.
That whips.
Wow.
Yeah, it does actually. It's pretty awesome.
So it's just like the Loeb asking for Christmas off.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You got it. Or Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it's actually
However you wanna-
Roz, but tell your friends.
Roz.
It's Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
What's
Raz,
the next
Frasier,
question?
Frasier's engineer. Raz. Straw Hat Pirate died. Happy 17th birthday, you guys. Thanks for being fans of this amazing story and doing this podcast. I love this chapter so much. Brooke fans be thriving. Little Brooke is so cute. I love Prince Reuven and Candel. They are so cool. It's really going to hurt to see what actually happened to this royal family so much. Yeah, they're quite likable. I don't think I mentioned how much I like Reuven as a character. I think he still needs a little bit, more for me to like, really, really dig him. But as a flashback character, I think he's really great. I like Candel too. I think they're fun characters. I like that they love Brooke so much. Have we talked about like these guys yet? Really, how we feel about them yet?
I mean, positively. I agree with you. I mean, I feel like we're like, it's like
Last week,
judging-
people were pretty harsh on Reuben. We're going to throw that out there. We're not going to erase this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
People are mean?
Well, people were like,
Poor
look
people.
at this slob
Was it
with a
me?
hot wife.
Brooke should cuck this guy.
Oh yeah, that's what we all said. We all said that.
Humming.
All those comments were coming
Brooke.
from Brooke89,
Cucking
Brooke87.
It's much
Brooke,
Sake.
Brooke, however
Look, you know,
old he is.
Give
I
that
feel-
title
I
to
feel like-
Sai.
Jesus. What you guys didn't say last week, and I was just thinking this the whole time, was what e-girl and podcaster boyfriend.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
two of
yeah.
them.
Oh,
Oh my God.
forgot about that meme.
Hold on. Just put the hair on me and my God.
When you did this, I imagined the cat.
Yeah, me too.
From The
Well,
Simpsons.
this is
Sorry.
really gonna. This
It's
is
an audio
really gonna work.
podcast.
Yeah, it's an
Oh,
audio
okay.
podcast.
Oh, a cat
It's
hair.
literally we
Jesus.
don't have any video that we're sharing, so this is going
Yeah.
to be extra
Wait a second.
confusing.
You see, listeners. There's a bit in The Simpsons where a cat has
Rubs his
fake.
eyes, yeah.
In like
Brett
a
tries to rub
Shirley
his eyes using fake
Temple-esque
hands.
movie.
Yeah.
And to make it seem like the cat's going like rubbing its eyes in disbelief, it's just
Steve.
two
Funny.
prop cat like legs come in and do like the the rubbing of the eyes motion. It's one of my favorite gags.
It is. It's a
It's
great
so
one.
funny.
But
I
Steve,
love The
how many
Simpsons.
memes have you described on this episode so far?
I don't know. I
At
never keep
least 3 I could
Or
think of.
Simpsons quotes memes.
track. I never keep
Yeah.
track. I haven't been on it.
Yeah,
yet,
they
so
are.
I gotta remind
The
people
boy's name is Brooke. I don't know the man's name.
That's a really excellent one.
That's a
What was I gonna say? I don't even remember what we were talking
two
about.
bad neighbors. I'm imagining the big banner, except
With
it's
Brooke and Reuven.
it's
Oh, so how did we feel about Reuven and Candel? Was your question?
and Brooke has a rainbow afro.
I think with any characters that we see kind of treating the Straw Hats when they're children as
Mhm.
with respect, dignity, and love. And then there's Sabo too. I love them.
And also Sabo is here.
Yeah. No, because we just only saw Brooke in his adulthood. Kind of same with Jinbei. I think I wonder if it's one of the faults with like kind of Brooke and Jinbei kind of feeling like they haven't completely earned their stripes yet is we haven't seen their childhood. I don't know why I did quotation marks like that as a concept.
No one could see that.
Yeah. I gotta own up to it.
Okay, so what he's doing is a thing that people do sometimes when they're being sarcastic and they do quotation marks up in the air next to it. Okay, go ahead.
So this is kind of just really, I don't know. Brooke is getting like the full 5-star Straw Hat treatment here, and I don't know, just seeing, the people that raised him and treated him well. How could I not like them?
Who have we not seen as kids at this point besides Jinbei?
Jinbei.
This is
Is
Jinbei.
it really just Jinbei?
Yeah.
Frankie was kind of like
We got bits of him.
a little older.
Frankie, we got
little
really
bit.
young, still young kid, then like
Okay.
20-year-olds. I think he was like 20 when Tom died.
Yeah, I guess that's the flashback I always think of. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think if there's.
Okay.
Am I missing a straw?
I guess we
hat
haven't
here?
seen a lot of Robin.
Or
we've-
Usopp.
Like, there's
Oh.
still big gaps.
If you
We
watch
see
the
crucial
anime, we've
moments.
seen a lot
yeah.
of Robin.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
Robin. I mean,
Robin, we've seen a lot. Yeah, Usopp
We know how it went.
and who else haven't we seen a ton of? Zoro. I mean, we haven't seen a much.
If,
Wow.
you,
a lot
if you're
of
just
anything
going by
yet.
manga, well, no, I think Zoro beats Usopp because of the brief
Yeah,
little flashback in Alabasta. So, like, Usopp, we've seen, like,
Yeah.
the least.
Usopp, we have not seen a lot of. But we're living his backstory.
So we're gonna get
that's what we
his
need.
second one sooner
Tragic-
or later.
Tragic Usopp backstory. That's what we need. We might. I think that you've like kind of convinced me that Jinbei is due one now.
I don't
I
necessarily
really
think
get
it's
it.
due
Buffalo.
one. I'm just saying, I think kind of one of the reasons why, maybe like, he's one of the, I don't want to say lesser, but just kind of like not really the most like poster child of the Straw Hats is because he hasn't,
Oda saw
Yeah.
those midterm results with Jinbei at number 30. He's like, I gotta make a tragic backstory for him now.
I could
Um,
see we still have stuff to do with Fishman Island regarding the prophecy
True.
and Noah and stuff. I could see
Ah.
Oda throwing some Jinbei kid stuff in there.
Agreed.
Yeah,
whenever
but
that
not like
happens.
not. I don't think anything like to this extent.
Probably not, but who knows?
I feels like Oda definitely thinks about each of them as children, like the idea as a like part of the story, I think. So I would not, and like the Straw Hats are his like metaphorical children in like such a pronounced way. So like I would not be surprised if we do see something down the line. Alex, what's
How
the next
about
question?
Jar Jar? What's Jar Jar's backstory?
No,
Let's
we're
get a
not-
movie
no.
about young Jar Jar.
No.
Well, the reason that Jar Jar was banished is because he basically caused Gungan 9/11. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
true.
want to
he did.
see that.
yeah,
Finally, the story of how it's like
how he crashed the boss's hay blibber.
yeah, how he got into his first big doo doo.
Great. Now you started them on the Jar Jar Binks shit.
Yeah,
The boom to
and they could
gasser.
call them
Sorry.
Agent of
You can call the
Chaos!
movie
Agent of
Jar Jar and
Chaos!
Doo Doo.
They're never going to get off of this. They're
I
going to
have
be
to
talking
throw
about
up
this
now, Poopy.
for the next hour.
What's
Okay.
the next thing on Disc Piece, Alex?
Thank
Big
you,
Mike
Abby.
is the next thing on Disc Piece, and
You've
Big
made
Mike
up
says,
for your...
"All right, here we go." Well, as we know, Big Mike is Big Mike, and this is what Big Mike has to say. Happy anniversary, OPP. I enjoyed listening to you for over a decade and a half since you were young men saying things that were okay then, but not appropriate by today's standards, to becoming the mature adults you are now and saying things that are more appropriate now, but will end up becoming problematic in the future. Hopefully you guys don't get canceled for your obscenities towards immigration and customs enforcement in 17 years from now.
Wow, really covering your bases, kid.
Indeed, fuck ice. Anyways,
Yeah.
if the Straw Hats went to an anime convention and some guy cosplaying as Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil franchise pretended to inject them with the T virus, how would they react?
Wow. I was going to mention this earlier, Steve. At the Dodgers game, I was going to say, you had no problem punching that freaking kid who was trying to get me with a T virus.
Yeah, because he's a punk kid. You want me to punch security?
Yes. Ice, as long as it's ice. Only ice.
Hold on. There's more. Sanji would get pissed and kick him because the cosplayer made Sanji spill his foot juice.
What?
Oh, that's current events.
His foot juice he got at an unofficial event of the park near the convention center where female cosplayers were soaking their feet in juice and selling it to people, and Robin would whack the Wesker cosplayer with her yaoi paddle. So all of this is something that happened, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm assuming that too.
You don't remember the Wesker story?
No.
That's that was Anime Central in 2010.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, that story. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Foot
that.
juice.
Oh,
What
the
fuck
foot
is
juice?
this?
No, that
Foot
happened
juice?
at Fanime over the weekend. I think they do
There
ParkCon.
are years where nothing happens.
That sounds like
and
Fanime.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
In the words of Mao Zedong, there are years where nothing happens and Discord posts where decades happen.
Gotta drink juice. Foot
The
juice.
story that he's referring to, Steve, I will let you tell.
Oh,
if
that
you
was
would
just
like.
us arriving at the Rosemont Convention Center, like out of like an Uber or
2010?
a cab. Yeah, it was 2010, and trying to figure out where we got to go to get our badges. And we look like we're convention attendees, but we're not in cosplay. And I think like the golden rule is, if you're not a fellow cosplayer, you're not necessarily in on the bit. So no goofs and gags, especially physical touching. But we were walking up, like it was that little like the drop off like U shape in there. And we're walking up, and I see this Albert Wesker cosplayer walking with someone else, and everyone that's walking by, he's touching them with the fake, like a big cartoonishly sized syringe, going like T virus, like, oh, you're injected. And he did it to Zach because I thought, hey, he was doing it to other cosplayers. We just look like dudes, like fellas, fine. But he touched
Especially
Zach,
me.
and I don't stand for that.
And then Zach turned into
He turned into a
what was
tyrant.
that thing called? The Abomination? Or,
I don't even know the series. What
Tyrant,
is-
right? Did
Yeah.
you say Tyrant?
Yeah, tyrant.
Yeah.
So the guy like touched Zach like on the arm, and then like he motions towards me, and I, not that forcefully, but I just palmed him in the chest, and I said, "Don't touch me," or like
So-
back off.
But because
I think I
Steve
said
is a
something like,
gentleman
back
of
off.
great
He's-
power,
he
the
has a
man
great
went
power.
flying through
by
a
that
wall
weekend-
and
and by
left
that-
a
yeah.
perfect outline of
With a
himself.
Junji Ito sort of hole.
Yeah,
that
it's a
was,
Dragon Ball character like trying to restrain themselves, but
Yes.
still trying to qualify for the tournament.
Yes, that.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
I
Kid
like that
Trunks
this-
punching Mr. Satan. Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking that
and
at
like
the
this-
time.
by the end of that weekend, Zach and like Tatum, I think, had like exaggerated it to just like
Yes.
it's like me hitting him. And I remember saying like I didn't hit him, and like I think Tatum's like, come on, just like play with the bit, go on with it.
Warren.
I
All
like
right,
that this
all right, who hit
cosplayer
him?
operated on the rules of that Halloween costume thing where you're like, I'm a serial killer. We look just like everybody else. And so he's like, well, everyone's a cosplayer. They look just like everybody
You're at an
else.
anime convention, you're going to get hit with some T virus. That's just going to happen.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
But
we have
that is
one last
that is
one.
like, damn, Big Mike's a real one. But if
Yeah.
if you're listening to the show and you remember that story,
We've told it a couple of times, I think. Since,
yeah,
so
like
maybe.
10 years ago.
I will say that is Steve was my knight in shining armor. Obviously, that night I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, I that was.
if-
I remember. I don't remember anything about the like. I don't remember the approach specifically. I just remember Steve like palming the guy in the solar plexus a little bit. Like that's I think actually what happened.
Just
And-
giving him CPR.
like like the just
I
get
resuscitating.
resuscitated. I will say the best analogy for that is they teach you
Desuscitated him.
with a dog. Sometimes you have to body block them, which is like to just like get them out of the way. You just kind of run into them backwards a little bit. So like
What?
and that's
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
what this feels like, except
All right.
with Steve and this guy.
I don't know.
What, you don't like my analogy, Alex? What's next?
But if you're a patron, you remember that story. Drop a obscure
Drop a
Resident
what?
Evil line.
Sweet
in the
hot
Grand
load.
Prix. Yeah,
Celebrate the 17th anniversary of
Yeah,
the One
I
Piece
don't know.
podcast by giving a minor cigarettes and booze.
yeah.
What does it mean to be a 17 than to have cigarettes and booze before you're supposed to?
That's actually true. I feel like this is
Yeah.
the perfect chapter for our 17-year-old
It is.
birthday.
Except that he was
party.
11 in this, but it still worked. It still works.
It's okay. He lives in a dump. Its nutritional value
What?
goes through the roof if you live in a dump.
Okay. What's the next?
Next, you mean last? This is from
Oh.
Cramdell They Them. Ahoy OPP.
I believe that's
Banger
their
chapter.
pronouns.
That's great. Now we now we know.
No, it's
Uh,
they're okay. Whatever. Go ahead.
or have we always known? I don't know.
No. I was
always-
just gonna say for those who are in Discord and curious, I think you could get assigned roles based on your
I did not know this.
preferred pronouns. Yes,
Well, that's great. Way to
Yes.
go, Discord. You won in that area, but
but
when
not
you
in
try to log
logging in for Alex.
I'm gonna fucking you've
listen
lost
to the
my,
Patreon segment, I guess, because I'm sure that's in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it probably is.
It's actually an entry just in your per server profile. You can just
It
have
says,
a box
"Fuck
for
you,
pronouns.
Discord. Yeah, no, that's
Fucking-
you meant for the
Yeah, it's just
pronouns.
for every server. You can even I guess have different ones in
Oh, you're
different
right.
servers.
It is there. It
I don't know
does say.
why.
I
Huh.
clearly look very closely at Discord, and don't just use it for Dispiece and occasionally.
I think it's a relatively
GIFs.
recent thing.
Oh, okay.
And-
Well, I'm glad they have that. That's good.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome. Way to go.
Alex.
All right, Cramdell, aka Cram. We love Cram. Ahoy OPP. Banger chapter as always, and happy birthday. I was 14 when you guys started, and
Well,
it was
I'm
still
leaving.
and it was still another 2 or so years before I became a One Piece fan. Anyway, seeing young Brook made my heart melt with how rough his life was, yet he fought through it and was optimistic. Or it would have if I had a heart. Skull joke. Seriously though, I got Big Gray Terminal and
Ace Sabo Luffy. Ace Sabo.
Ace
Oh,
Sabo.
I guess that's
Ace
supposed to
Sabo
be an
Luffy,
L.
I think,
Yeah.
is what they meant. Vibes from this mini flashback.
He spelled
Within
Ace
a
with an S,
flashback.
which is
Yeah.
isn't that the tattoo? It
Yes.
was Ace
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
S.
And back in the day when I suggested it was for Sabo, people were like, "That's silly. He simply just can't spell." And I was like, "Okay,
To be fair,
mean,
I,
Before
I
Sabo
like that as a
existed.
joke
yes,
better.
I know that, but this was after Sabo was revealed."
Before Sabo existed, that's what I was thought. That was just some sort of weird, like, oh, cool, like English kind
it
of
probably
situation.
was originally, if I had to guess.
Ooh, I think it'd be really funny. By the way, sorry, Cram. I don't mean to derail your thing, but I think it'd be super funny if back in like the early days of One Piece, Ace's name was just spelled like that because they're like, oh, well, that's clearly how Ace's name is spelled if it's tattooed on his arm like that.
I'm surprised
that
actually
stuck.
that didn't happen.
Well, it's because it was
Yeah, me
crossed
too.
out, so it was like he messed up.
Yeah, he
I guess
messed up.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
The really shitty tattoo artist. That's what I always thought. Anyway,
I think the
anyway,
idea of going to what's his name Kizaru to get laser tattoo removal.
instead he removes your whole arm.
Love
They continue. Seriously, though, I got Big Gray Terminal and Ace vibes from this mini flashback within a flashback, and I loved it a lot. Brooks always been so into music and so joyous in spite of everything, and seeing him and Reuven inspire each other is so sweet. It's also lovely seeing that Reuven has always been a lovely guy, even before becoming an Oda villain design. Well,
Is
my question this
Beethoven
week
an
is...
Oda villain? That's the question today.
He just looks very tired. My question this week is, do you think the events of this chapter will be what leads to the world government having a bone to pick with Asperia? Skull joke. Have a great week.
2
Less
and
than
1?
3. Less than 3. Less than 3 heart, and I chose to read the second one as heart.
Yeah, that's how I would always read it. Am I the only person who did? Okay, we're done with that specific bit. Yeah, I was curious. Obviously, it feels like they're leading into something with the world government there, but
yeah,
I don't know if I have any specific thoughts other than I will keep an eye on that.
More than Brooke can do. Yo.
Okay, we got one email.
Because he doesn't have an arm?
Yeah, he doesn't have an eye.
It comes from Ryan, who says, "Ahoy, OPP. Looks like young Shuri had it bad for Brooke back in the day. Loved how that relationship between him and Reuven started, and how you could see their dynamic led to the kind of interactions we saw last week. As sweet and whimsy this was, there's something darker we need to talk about. Those jellyfish on the cover page, cue evil music. Could those jellyfish be related to Emu? They have the same eyes. I believe that's the reference. What if eating the devil's fruit caused a jellyfish to evolve rapidly to become king of the world? Emu doesn't seem to care much. Doesn't seem to care for much, and neither does a jellyfish. It all makes sense. Enjoy humoring this theory of mine and keep on trucking on your birthday.
I don't care who you are. That's canon to me now.
Mm-hmm. Great. So are jellyfish the devil?
Is that a...
I think anything that lives in the ocean is terrifying, to be completely honest. I don't think the ocean should...
There's a difference between terrifying and evil.
Is that also a reference to Ed's line in the One Piece anime?
Yes, a little bit. Is
Are
this
these jellyfish the devil?
The devil? I can't not say it in that inflection. You could listen to OPP Goes to Dallas on our Patreon.
One Piece
or
anime.
watch it. Or watch the One Piece anime, that episode with the Satan worshippers, which are my...
We couldn't get Alex
dudes.
in the dub, but thanks to some creative casting, you
job.
won't even know the difference. You notice.
It's true. They sound the same.
You got my stunt double.
Sorry.
Found
That's your Avril being
It's our
cloned.
17th anniversary, so we could bring back how in the early days we used to get Jammer and Alex
Comments
confused
constantly.
because they had very similar sounding voices. So
They sound very similar. I mean, like, I can't, hear that similarity quite as much as the uninitiated listener probably could. That's it for emails. Jill, are you actually going through the subreddit Archipelago?
Yes, we've got quite a few on here. So subreddit Archipelago here, started by Silverwolf09, who says, "Hey OPP, I know you guys are big fans of Skypiea. I've only watched it once, 20 years ago, and I have to admit it's tied with Thriller Bark as my least favorite arc. What I'd miss? I feel like there's something I must have missed binging episodes too quick."
Jill, did you just want to read this so you could,
No,
tell
I'm
this person
subscribed to the One Piece subreddit, so it came up on my feed this morning, and
as
I was like,
you
"Oh,
should. As everyone
read
should.
well,
so we have to pitch
great.
Skypiea.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Read the manga.
the ultimate adventure. I'm sure it's gonna be more important in the future than we think. And
I will
I don't know.
say, yeah, I just seeing like what we've seen from like the Harley and all that. I feel like a lot of the lore set up in Skypiea is gonna pay off when that comes around. When like more of like the history of the world is revealed. But I think like the criticism used to be like, oh, you could skip Skypiea and you don't really miss anything. And in this day and age, when I feel like every arc just plays into the next one because it's just this great bigger conflict going on, Skypiea is refreshing because it's just like a fun adventure. It's it's kind of like like that. An arc like that can't happen anymore because now everything is just playing to Endgame, and I think we've been playing to Endgame really since Punk Hazard.
Wano,
I think since the alliance with Law.
You're right.
Like
You're right.
everything is just playing into the next arc. Not that that's never been a thing in pre-time skip One Piece, but I think there was kind of more back then you really didn't know what to expect when an arc would wrap up and another one would begin. Like these days, you could kind of like, I mean, for years we're like, oh yeah, so Elbaf, when's Elbaf gonna happen? Elbaf. Skypiea is just very pure in that it's just like, it does kind of feel self-contained, but also just the story is just amazing, with just the Straw Hats just deciding like, we're gonna go on this really dangerous, crazy adventure just to say we did, but also helping out a guy, just help this guy kind of just prove, it's like just like help this guy uncover the truth of whether or not his ancestor was telling the truth or not. Like, and it's just great because it just ends up in like a typical One Piece arc, and it winds up the Straw Hats just get involved in this just war over a country. But despite all of that,
oops, we dethroned a god,
which is so entertaining, but also
that's the alternate.
But
title
at the end, the
scene.
first thing Luffy says, like when Luffy defeats like Eneru, he's not like, "Yeah, Skypiea, you're free." He was more like, "Hey, old man, did you hear it?" It's just that's what all just goes back to, and
Genie, you're free.
All like somehow like Eneru's like wristbands come off.
Dude.
Skypiea is like actually, it's narratively separated from a lot of the storyline, but also physically. So it's not like you have to worry about like the ramifications that they're going to have on like politics or the world government and stuff. Later on, like you said, it's going to absolutely have some kind of big storyline with like the past, and which includes like the Skypieans and the Shandians and everything there, which comes, they mentioned the rain god back in that flashback I was looking at,
and
that
the
recently.
sun god and
so
the earth god.
Skypiea will be much more connected, I think, going in the future. But man, it's just a great arc. It's so good.
It is nice for it to be self-contained, and that's a really great thing about Davy Backfight too, which is the one that follows. I think that we don't get a lot of arcs like that anymore because there's only so much life a human has, and I think that Oda's age has really started to catch up to him in the last couple of years, to the point where like, oh shit, I really should start wrapping this up. And that's what the way a lot of these last couple arcs have felt like, because it's like it's sort of like Dressrosa syndrome, where like, oh, I have to have all these ingredients in this one pot, because if I don't, then it's this series will never end. That's
which
sort of how
I think he secretly would like immortality,
sure.
so I can continue doing this forever.
Like, that's sort of how Elbaf has felt like to me. In certain ways, Egghead and Wano felt like that as far as a couple aspects of it goes, but I think Elbaf, for the most part, because of all the flashbacks, all the nested flashbacks, and the Mary Joelle stuff sort of intersecting with this fantastical land that we've been looking forward to all this time. I'm not going to say it's like a shame that, we didn't get Elbaf sooner, or that, Oda doesn't have all the time in the universe to craft the story that he wants to, like, one-to-one. But it definitely feels like what's been happening as far as like Elbaf's pacing and whatnot goes is a direct result of the fact that we are only human and we only have so much time in the world,
and we'll all be bones in the end.
We'll all be bones. And while he's spreading Vonnie's mustard and mustard mayonnaise, his children will be grown up, and he won't be able to fully enjoy the rest of, his time with them.
I think you're 100% right. He's been talking about like traveling more, I think, like when he retired. I think he talked about that in that other one we don't talk about. The Iñaki Oda interview that was on Netflix on the quote unquote podcast.
Sure.
But it was an interesting discussion, because he was like pontificating on what he would be doing and what he would enjoy doing, and the fact that he's been going to South Africa. He writes a series about adventure and finding and talking to new people and going to new places, but he may be a little more introspective these days about the fact that he probably just sits in his house in his studio all day, every day for the last almost 30 years. Like, I get where he's coming from. And so for Skypiea, I think that arc particularly ages so well. Like, I think it was at my opinion of it was at its lowest right after, I read it for the first time. Not saying it was low, but it was at its lowest. And I think because of what has come before and what has followed since, and the fact that you're right, ramifications at the time were very novel. Like the idea, like the stuff from Water 7 and NES Lobby being so impactful were kind of a result of the fact that, hey, the Strats are getting recognition from the world government for the first time. We're like seeing this bigger thing. But we've been involved in those machinations now for like 2 decades in real life time. So not to say they're not important and impactful and interesting, but that I think Skypiea is way more novel because it is not that now. Whereas it was kind of, we're just like, oh, I want to get to the main story at that time.
I would say, if we're including Jaya, I think it's the first time Oda kind of really sets up the rest of the world, because that's the introduction of, the elders, other warlords,
Sky Islands,
concept. Sky Islands, emperors, Blackbeard. I think because people just think of purely Skypiea, but if you include Jaya, because I just feel like Jaya is the pre-show to Skypiea, because Jaya is all about going to Skypiea. That portion of the story really kind of sets up so many of the aspects that people enjoy about the series. So I agree. One thing I want to say, because before I forget, if the anime is giving you trouble, just read the manga. I think the anime, the quality of the animation is not necessarily the best. I think it's really starting to show its age a bit. I think the manga art is beautiful. So
some of the best.
Like read it if you haven't.
If you're struggling with the manga too, you should listen to 4 men sort of narrate the pages of the manga in like a podcast form. I think that's probably the ideal way to take in.
If only I was 40 in 2003.
We could always go back to it. We just would actually
that would upset that would set the timeline.
Well, fuck the timeline.
We'd invent a podcast.
We want to go back to 2009 anyway, so why not go back to 2002?
I don't know.
No,
I was looking at that day in history, and the top song was a Black Eyed Peas song, the Boom Boom Bang song. I don't know.
The Boom Boom Bang song, the beloved hit.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Probably.
Maybe? Probably
not their worst titled song.
Steve,
Skypiea is great.
Okay, all right.
The one last thing
I like that his name is Anal.
Steve, the one last thing about Skypiea. Just moving.
I'll always get a kick out of him, Mike. How is this person gonna pronounce this character's name?
Oh, an L? You mean Eneru? No, what? That's the podcast pronunciation.
Ener.
Forgot that was one too.
Anything else you want to add to the Skypiea segment?
Oh, no, I did. Douche. Sorry. I completely lost my train of thought. So I was just going to say, Steve, like, I think we have had more discussions about, like, ranking arcs than, like, what counts as an arc, and than we've had about the actual arcs. But I will say...
Yeah, because once we get to the top 5, we're like, yeah, this is great. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the problem is, like, Oda, those setups that you talked about, like with the 5 elders and the 7 warlords and all that, like that is a narrative device Oda uses to this day, where it's before we go on this story, this is what's happening here. And I don't like if this were just me subjectively, I don't really see those moments as being Skypiea or even really Jaya. I know they like tie into Blackbeard, but like those aren't what that story is about. As far as I'm concerned, which is why I was saying it's disconnected. But again, I think that's what makes it enticing to me, the fact that it is. Anyway, Reddit. Chill.
That's one
That
question.
was one.
Oh, maybe we want to start wrapping this up soon.
Oh, well, luckily the 2 questions after that are just saying you should read Skypiea, so they're not actually questions, so that's good.
Oh,
Perfect.
wow.
I really like the filler arc right after Skypiea in the
G8?
anime. It's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
character
care
work.
for
It's
it.
just guys talking about their lives.
Do you want to know a secret? I've never seen G8.
Guys are lame.
It's fine. Everybody lifts it up as like a big, like it's great, and I'm like, it's fine.
Well,
It's a
compared to other
arc.
filler, that's what it is. It's great comparatively. You gotta.
Yeah, well, but the bar is so low already. I think it's just fine.
what's the
It's
next
whatever. It totally.
You want a Chopper talking about being a doctor?
For next question is from Emoista, who says, "Do you think Frankie is short for Francisco? Do you think Tony Chopper is short for Antonio Chopper?"
Yes.
Yes. The answer to that's yes.
Gecko Moria fan 151 says, "Hey OPP,
Oh.
Oda released a short chapter, but it was a very concise way of telling us why Brook owed so much to the king. Gotta love a flashback in a flashback. Is there any other character, Straw Hat or otherwise, you would want an extended backstory for?" We did mention Jinbei. But
I don't
outside
know
of
if
Straw
I
Hats.
want one, but I think
It's funny because like when you think about like how compared to every other character, Usopp has probably been shafted the most as far as like having a lengthy backstory, but I don't think you need anything.
Yeah, what else
more
would you?
than what he's got.
Kuzan.
Yeah, I think he's good.
And
Kuzan.
I'm not just saying that because I said him at the beginning as the character I like. But yeah, I think that would be a fun one.
I feel like we need to get something about what he's been doing the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
Well, we got pictures of the admirals as kids too in an SBS or in
did.
Avril Lavigne's song, so you never know what Oda might do there. Next, from Puparante says, "Hesso OPP, what do you guys think of the pace of this flashback so far? Last week you made predictions for its length, however, the piece about Brook's childhood was incredibly short. I personally think that was plenty to build the connection between Brook and Reuven. Do you think the rest will be as concise?" I don't know.
I don't know. Oda could go either way. Like even when something feels like it's moving, like sometimes it just still, it. And also the thing is, and Ken and I were talking about this on the Discord, but like, and I think we talked about this last week on the podcast. Like even if it's only 5 more chapters, that takes us like halfway into the summer. Like that is a very long time in present time. So we might be saying, wow, what a long flashback, but it's only been like 5 chapters. So it's all like perspective of how you're reading it sometimes. I don't know. It could, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I think that's
feel
one of
like
those we're
if the
just
rest
got
of
to
the
see.
flashback. Sorry.
Abby?
I feel like if the rest of the flashback is this short, then we're only getting the skeleton of the story.
I'm leaving.
As long as it has good
Listen,
bones.
we were talking about Avril Lavigne giving us young Kuzan. Let me tell you, I don't think that guy. He don't really care about his admiral station. Oh no, not he.
Keep this all in. Every bit of silence. No, that's a good show.
Okay. Next question from Ice Fisher 10 says, "Hey OPP and Abby." Oh, implying that Abby's not part of the OPP.
Jill, friend, Jill, good.
Oh no, it's Frankenstein's monster again.
Candel has a very unique don. I believe that font has only been ever given to Dracul Mihawk. While I don't believe they are related by blood, I think this shared feature means that Candel is, in fact, this era's world's strongest swordsman. I'd really like that because I was often quite bothered with how the One Piece world had seemingly proved Kuina's worst fear true. Any thoughts? That's crazy and would be awesome.
That would be super cool.
Yeah.
What a good
agree.
theory. Now I'm going to be really disappointed when that does not happen. I'm going to be really, because that's really good.
And she trains Brook, too, because Brook doesn't use 2 swords like Reuven, so it's got to be from her.
Oh no, that she fights the same way he does, and also he kind of is her successor. She becomes queen, and he becomes the head of the battle convoy, which is what she was. So, yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see their relationship, like not in the way that that Brooke is probably thinking, but like like how. Yeah, I'm curious to see how they interact.
We
in the future.
have nothing on Candel so far.
No.
She has said the most blandest things. We've literally got no personality yet. So I mean, she looks great, but I really need to see more.
It seems to me she lives like a candle in the wind.
Jill, what's the next question?
The last one here is from Duck Salsa, who says, "Hey OPP, with all the recent hate on Zoro's Elbaf goggles on the podcast, do you guys have a favorite arc-specific outfit from any of the Straw Hats? I have always been partial to Chopper's little burgundy leather jacket in Ennis Lobby.
That's a good
And
one.
on a related note, do you guys think that Dan Flashes has a branch in the One Piece world where Shanks can get all his complicated capris?"
Was this the last one you said?
Yes.
Okay, because this one's probably going to be a longer one. No, it's Steve.
No, I'll keep it brief. I know we've answered before, but we've done 17 years of podcasting, so I can't remember the last time we talked about it. For me, it's probably gonna be most of the their original kind of East Blue quote outfits. Nami has always had really good fits. Yeah, I think for the most part, for me, it's most the original stuff. Annie's Lobby is also kind of what everyone's wearing there. That's good
Let's
stuff.
see. For me, I think that Luffy's best fit is Wano with the cape. Zoro's is East Blue. Nami's is Water 7, the skirt with the tie.
I was going to say that. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite.
That's hideous to me.
I love it so much.
I'm colorblind.
Usopp, post Logtown, just OG. Sanji tie between Water 7 and OG. Frankie, oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Ennis Lobby Chopper for sure. For Robin, I love her Shabandi outfit. Her Shabandi outfit fucks. That or Skypiea. Frankie, it's just, his OG Water 7 or the Shabandi outfit. Brooke is Brooke. Actually, for Brooke, I'm going to say, I think my favorite outfit that he ever wore is probably Strong World.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
And Jinbei, I really like what he's wearing during Whole Cake.
Yeah. I liked his egg. I like Jinbei's egghead. Ridiculous.
Egghead outfit is good too.
It's very funny. It's very funny.
But I'm definitely partial to the original silhouettes of the Straw Hats, ones that just sort of, this is what they look like. I will say Nami's East Blue outfit, I'm totally I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's pretty basic. But I love but I also love what she's wearing in Arlong Park as well. Arlong Park fits really good.
Abby or Joe?
I'm not going to go through all of them, but some standouts for me. Robin in Thriller Bark, my goth queen, incredible.
Yeah, that was
Chopper's little outfit in Film Z where he looks like a little cow and he has the milk, incredible.
That's good too.
That one hoodie that Sanji wears that has the wave on it, super cute.
From post Thriller Bark.
Yeah, I think so. He wears it in one
looks,
scene.
It looks very comfy.
Yeah. And then just, man, it's still that scene where the whole crew in Strong World just has their badass outfits. Even to this day, probably
that's
just my favorite
answers,
movie moment.
Yeah.
So, and then Robin's outfit in the beginning of Strong World with the green and white stripes and the glasses. Excellent.
Yes, that's a great answer too.
That's a really good one, yeah.
Good job, Joe. Abby, do you have any?
I guess I couldn't nail a lot of them offhand. I like their egghead outfits a lot, but the hoodie that Nami has in Drum Island, I used to have a hoodie just like it.
It's so cute.
And it was great.
Luffy wearing that hoodie is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is probably, especially with like the one arm cut off. I don't know. There's something about that that's just great.
Yeah.
The Water
It's a level
7.
of intimacy that you don't really see in a lot of One Piece. Like
Yeah,
the sharing clothes is like their
it
crew.
is.
It makes sense.
The family thing. And then you also
Yeah.
ruined my clothes, you jackass. Is also familial. Yeah, Water 7 Nami, I think that takes it away from me. For Luffy, the three I'm thinking of, Onigashima, yes. Wano Luffy, though. I love that. Yukata. I don't know specifically which one that is. And I really like the Egghead Luffy. Like, I don't like a lot of the Egghead outfits, but I do really like Luffy's. It is good. And I'm still disappointed we didn't get like Nika version of that, like the
Yeah,
Fifth
yeah.
version of that. That still pisses me off. There was one I want to mention that wasn't mentioned, and now I can't remember. Yeah, I think anything in suits automatically, I'm in. Okay, that'll do it for Piece Together. I'll think of what I'm thinking of after I stop recording. Let's round off. This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 921 for Monday, June 1st, 2026. Thank you all for coming on and being my couriers this week. Abby, where can people find you and your amazing comedian work?
I'm so glad you asked me. You can find most of my stuff at abbydenton.com or the Blue Sky account that's also tied to that URL. I don't really know how that works. Imminently, I've got a show running on weekends in the Hollywood Fringe through the month of June. So if anyone is in the Los Angeles area, you should look up Pet/Food at the Hollywood Fringe. Me and my friend Alex Sanchez are doing stand up, and you'd have a great time. And if you listen to this on Monday, you should go to the Baja Grill in Koreatown and listen to me do stand up in Spanish on June 1st.
If you literally, I hope there is someone in LA listening right now, just before this show, runs over there, makes it. There's such a small time frame, but I hope it happens.
I feel like there is a very large One Piece fan community that would be going to Spanish language stand up.
I agree.
If I wore my Mr. Two shirt there, I feel like I'd do better than I usually do because my Spanish is terrible. Let's be clear. I need all the help I can get.
You have a Mr. Two
I just
shirt?
talk about
That's my
Mr.
takeaway
Goku.
from this. Mr. Goku. Is that what you said?
He's very popular. Never mind.
Steve, where can people find you? Sorry,
SteveYurko.com. Social media. That's my name, Steve Yurko. Listen to me on Prosody Plays Games. Listen to me on 4Kids Flashback. Yeah.
Jill.
You can find me at Pirates Unluck on Blue Sky and most other social media, and in the Final Fantasy XIV Ultros server under the name Pura Unluck.
And Alex.
I'm on Blue Sky at Dude Exclamation. Go to patreon.com/superartfight for other cool shit. That's it. Fuck ice.
Fuck ice, thank you.
Yay.
And you beat me to it. You could find us, or you can find me at ZachLogan.com or us at OnePiecePodcast.com, both on Blue Sky, or OnePiecePodcast.com, the website, again. You could also find us wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube at youtube.com/OnePiecePodcast, because that's where people listen to podcasts. And you please subscribe to us at patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. Our sticker of the month club is just $12. You get a free sticker plus all the other perks, including alternate images, alternate titles, and like 12 or 15 years of backlog of stuff, including ad-free episodes, exclusives. Our One Piece podcast goes to Dallas series. Our One Piece podcast goes to Japan, special features and stuff. So please check that out. Before we go, I think we mentioned next week is off. I think the current plan is to do like a cover story discussion / cover story like ranking. I don't know if we're gonna do like a true ranking of that, but we'll see. And please also vote. I think this is the first week for that poll on our brackets of consequence on our Discord, so join us there, please. That'll do it. Fuck ice. We'll see you next week, everyone. Here's to another 17 years. Goodbye.
Espero que tengan buenas mares.
My name is Steve.
And my name is Alex.
And my name is Zach, and I forgot that.
Anytime.
Yeah, only took you 17 years, you know.
And I stayed up listening to Queen.
Maji.
17.
Hey.
Hey, you guys are podcasting for
No.
17 years.
Delaney, don't put
Wow,
that.
17. That's like more than like 15 years. Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
wow, you could work in a factory at that age.
Perry?
Yes, Walter.
Perry?
Yes, Walter. Are you just like me? I just like you. Why would you try to hurt me?
A shoe
Man, there- okay,
Can I cut the recording now?
Yes, you could stop. They're never gonna stop.